I ain't trying to bring you down, but for real, you might as well give up now. Think you got a chance, but I don't see how. Got a real tight grip when I hold that crown.
We have a new winner every single week, and we have a new winner that represented a different region every single week. And he
oh my god, the backbreaker!
If I'm the first one in and the last one out, whoever owns the place gotta drag me out. Came here ready to fight on this night, you better just run for your life.
Charging.
I hear the unblock. Those are working out, but not much damage off it. And oh god,
it was a mistake.
Oh, that is so nuts. Oh, the toe tap. No, the toe tap is not enough.
Anyone's game? Get over here. Good block. Oh, that should be it.
That was some good ass tackle right there.
Run for your life.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another ICFC week number 9 here for Europe. I made it across the pond to join my friends here, Mr. Kwis, Nibs, and Danurai. How's it going, gents?
All good.
It's going
all good. I love how we keep a nice composition here. There's always the one American, the Irishman, and the 2 Englishmen. And one American wasn't available. We didn't get Anakin, but we upgrade. We get Marked Man, you know, the boss.
Upgrade. It's not an upgrade. You know, I'm the garbage guy. Just, you know, I come in like, oh, you guys got a spot for me? Nice, thanks. You know, I haven't done commentary in like 14 years. It's been a long time.
For real,
it's been a long time. No, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've done an event. You know, I have to exercise my vocal cords. We have some events coming up, but that's for another time and another day. I'm excited for ICFC. We're at the tail end. I know we were talking about it a little bit earlier, but Kwis, you've been running the simulation, right?
Yeah. I've been doing a lot of mathematics, and what I've been able to calculate is so obviously this is the final week to get points, and if you look at the leaderboard, the standings right now, to make to that top 8, the last person who can actually qualify and actually make the top 8 is Rukang at number 18. But for him to qualify, he needs to finish first, and Crossfire, who is at the 8th spot, cannot get top 8. So it's really up in the air right now. And then there's people below, like Batty and Oracle are in very good positions right now. They're at 9th and 10th, but you know, those two have had quite good performances. Oracle's been quite consistent recently. A top 8, top 4 here is what he'll be looking for to qualify. You know, Crossfire, Sephiblack, Black Kazama, a few others at the lower end of the top 8. They also want to have good performances as well, just to shore up the position and maybe get the winner side top 4.
It's going to be a day of gatekeeping. I feel like, you know, there's so many situations that can happen, but once we get through the tournament day, we're going to find out who is going to be able to qualify and who's going to be able to really fight for that championship that's going to be happening in week 10.
Yeah, 100%. And I think one of the pools to really look out for is pool 4, because, you know, that pool has Tetsu, Bolt, Batty, and Oracle all sitting there. And those are all people that are like close to qualification, but not there. And then you obviously have, you know, Batty, 9th place, you know, 120 points, 17 points away from qualification from Crossfire, who's right above him. And, you know, he's got Oracle just below him at 10th place. And a few others, Tetsu and Bolt, who Bolt's in a position right now where he can qualify. He just has to win. You know, so we have to just win, right?
Just win.
Yeah, just win.
This is kind of unprecedented and kind of historic. You know, I've never had the opportunity to kind of go into, you know, commentary, talking with my colleagues, but also have a reigning champion with us. This is kind of weird. So it's like in the middle of the broadcast, I don't know, where you're going to dip out and just start kicking some ass. You are the defending champion. How do you feel about today?
The thing is, this week, no. This week, I decided. Yeah, I decided this week I'm safe this week, right? I'm sitting at 2nd place, and the worst I can finish is 3rd, and that would require Eddie or Peak or a few people below me to win the tournament. But I'm in a position right now where only one person can move down. The worst I finish here is top 3, so I'm making to the finals. I'm going to take a week off, let everyone else, you know, have their shine. Be out.
Give everyone a chance.
You know, just give everyone else a chance, right? Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say you are King of the Hill, kind of like our friends over at Bandai Namco Entertainment Esports. The King of the Hill series, of course, supported by Bandai Namco Entertainment Esports over at the Bandai Namco Esports Twitter. Make sure you guys follow them for tech announcements, content, promotions, and other upcoming community events. You can also take part in some Astro Gaming Gear giveaways. Make sure you guys head over to Bandai Namco Esports on Twitter to stay up to date.
Yeah, and it's also it's interesting you mention that, because I believe there was mention at the roundtable we might be getting a little something to see at the end of those events. But we have some Tekken here today that's going to be taking place. Danara, you weren't with us last week, did you? Were you keeping up? Have you been taking a look? How do you think things are going to shape up today?
So I've been dipping in and out of the ICFC streams every now and again because I'm very invested in this. I started off with one of the pre-seasons and I've been here, I think 3, maybe 4 or 5 weeks in a row now. So, I can't just drop my ICFC, lads. Of course not. But like Kwis was saying, we have that pool 4, which is made up of some tough opponents. To name just 2 who are probably going to be facing off against each other. Not to say anything about their opponents, but we have Tetsu and Bolt. Now, Tetsu has a new fan in me because the last time I saw him play, I instantly fell in love with how good he is. And Bolt, he's just really, really fun to watch as well. But he's the Noctis player, right? And, I play Noctis a little bit in Tekken. I like the way he plays. I take some tech from him. So watching that match in particular, if they do get to fight each other further on in the bracket, I'm going to be excited. But of course, we have our favorite king to watch, Batty, who we just went absolutely hype over the last time I was on. I just can't wait. It's like for this bracket in particular, but because this is the last opportunity that people are going to be able to get points on, people are going to be working extra hard. Maybe we'll see even more low parries than usual, maybe more hop kicks if we get to see Kalak on stream. Who knows? I'm excited, man.
I mean, it's interesting that Kalak's entered as well. I mean, he's just here to play spoiler. Kalak is guaranteed first place at the end. Like, he's just here to ruin other people's day today, which I think is just really mean. We have also a lot of other players who can't qualify, top players here that also they're here to play spoiler. You have Gosane lurking in the bracket. You have Chicken Maru lurking in the bracket. You have a
retired, by the way.
Yeah, 2 retired players, but they say they're retired, but well. That are just looking around, waiting to ruin someone's day. Fran as well, the Korean that lurks in our bracket. A lot of people are just hiding, waiting to ruin someone's day, and that's what Tekken's all about, ruining someone's day.
that's the fun in the game. Oh my god! But of course, guys, we do have as well next week between today and our finals. We have exhibition matches coming up. So you see there, we'll have Rukang versus Mr. Croft, Pika versus Black Kazama, and Sephiblack versus Kalak. I believe these are all going to be first to 5s. It is, of course, at 8 p.m. CET. So, this is interesting to me because you've got a lot of really interesting matchups here. Sephiblack versus Kalak, I think, is of particular note because both of these guys have been extremely dominant, particularly in recent weeks. Sephiblack has only been performing better and better, and Kalak, of course, as Kwis kind of got to, really just the ultimate gatekeeper so far, just trying to keep himself firmly at the top of that top 3. Pika, of course, one of our younger players, we've been hyping him up a lot. Hasn't performed as strongly as he did in the early weeks of the ICFC, but he's managed to hold a very firm place in the top 8. Black Kazama, of course, has been an absolute terror for a lot of players. Kwis himself has said that Black Kazama one of the more frustrating people to play against in a tournament setting. And Mr. Croft versus Rukang, absolutely wild match. Both incredibly aggressive players, incredibly aggressive characters. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one. And of course, Mark, we will have NA exhibitions as well. Do you know who's on that?
Oh, there's a lot of people on that. So we're actually having a commentator battle where there's 2 different teams. We have Team Rixa versus Team Rip, and they both have a squad of 10 people each. We did a our draft, I should say, last week where we kind of figure out what the teams would be. There's information out on the YouTube channel, so make sure you guys check out the official Tenno YouTube for more information on that. But that's going to be fun, and I'm actually excited that we're working on what's going to be happening for the Asia exhibitions as well, so I hope you guys look forward to that. Speaking of looking forward to stuff, we're looking at the bounties right now, and the bounties, at least from what I've heard so far, we've done some work here in the Asia event where we've done some of Gerald's bounty and some of my bounty, but Suikin bounty is not up there. It's not happening.
I believe we only need 2 more games to be won without losing any rounds, and I think only 2 more games to be won against a Julia. I'm not 100% on the Magic 4s. I think do we need another 9?
I think we need 9. Only 1 was done in Asia,
which is incredible to me. But of course, that bounty board presented to you by Astro, guys, the official mix amp and headset of ICFC Tech in absolutely superb sound quality. And make sure you're following at AstroTR on Twitter. If any of these bounties are claimed, you will get in there for potential giveaways. So make sure you're in on that.
And since we're here, Mark, I have to ask, like, what's going on with Julia? Like, you just hate Julia? Like, just love to see Julia
I don't
lose?
hate Julia. Actually, Julia is my favorite, one of my favorite characters. It's just, I want to crash the party. And, a lot of people have been looking at her, up at the height of the tier list, right? I mean, you might not know, you're a Hwarang player, right? But she's up there. She's up there. I just want to see people take down the gods and goddesses in the game.
Well, that's going to be something to look forward to in this tournament. And another thing to look forward to is, of course, our Matcherino here right now. You can actually contribute to the prize pool using the promo code ICFCEUS1W9 adds a free 50 cents to the pot. Obviously, you have to give a huge shout out to his Hitbox there. You see one of our sponsors here right now. You can go check them out at hitboxarcade.com/ICFC to find out more, because this kind of event would not be possible without Hitbox, one of our lovely sponsors. And obviously, Chris saying dropping in right there. And we also have a $3 donation from which is very nice. Thank you for that. And we see people are already using the code, so just helping out those players. Because remember, guys, Tekken players are poor. They have no money. They need this. They rely on this to survive. So every little helps. So thank you guys for that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why Anakin's not here this week. He had to do his 4th or 5th job now.
Yeah, absolutely.
He took too many days off.
This self-loathing is disgusting.
No, either way, I am excited for these matchups. I've been a spectator for the entire season for Europe. I haven't jumped on commentary with you guys at all, but I'm very much looking forward to seeing how this is going to shape out, because pretty much this is the last big week for people to make moves to get into those finals. Even though you've done well the entire season, it really matters how you're able to perform once you qualify for the finals week, and if you're able to win that day. There's a lot on the line, and I hope these players have what it takes to come out as champion, because being the season 1 champ, it's definitely going to be a nice accolade.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first ever ICFC. It's important to make a big statement, and I think I think how Kalak performs will be very interesting. I haven't taken a look at his pool and who he's going to be playing against. I will in a second, but it's going to be interesting to see. Like, his job is just to spoil people's day, to ruin people's day. But Kalak's had a very weird form in ICFC where he either, if he gets top 8, he wins. Or he drowns in pools. That's literally been his day. There was one week he did finish top 8. I think it was 4th or 3rd. But other than that, it was either win or drown in pools. So Kalak is kind of in a weird, a strange form, but he's been the best performing European ICFC. He's the only person to win more than one ICFC. So he's someone that's obviously dangerous, huge to look out for. But there's players like Sephiblack as well, who's in there. Like, he's in that top 8 right now. His position isn't exactly safe. You need to do a bit more just to secure his position, but he could make it. He's kind of safe, but he still needs to put some work in. So he's someone I want to see do very well today and just shore up his position to make it into that top 8. But here we go, our first match here. We have Seekuh going up against Rogue Identity.
I'm not familiar with either one of these players. That's a great point I should bring up too. There's a lot of players in Europe I am not familiar with, and that's not for lack of just watching and not being experienced in it. You guys have the biggest region for ICFC, consistently having the most numbers, and I got to give it up to you guys, because really there wasn't an online series at this scale for Europe, but you guys have definitely brought the heat, and I'm talking about everyone that's competing, everyone that's watching, and Europe is now, I think, the biggest region for these kinds of events. So congrats to you guys.
Yeah, an ever competitive region. And do not worry, Mark, I shall be your Sherpa today. I shall guide you and do my best to let you in on the players we have here. I mean, Seekuh, German Chloe player, known quite well, also a streamer. Rogue Identity is someone I've never heard of before myself.
He has a rogue identity.
Do we know what that flag is?
I'm actually not too sure.
Does anyone know?
North Macedonia, guys. Come on, obviously.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the voice from the heavens informing dear DeaDeYe, but Seekuh seems to be in control here, but both players very back and forth. Rage available now on the side of Seekuh. Oh, the raw hop kick. With the 1 second left on the clock, too.
That's the thing. The game was so intense, I didn't even realize we had 1 second left to go. But yeah,
the double fake flips?
Yeah, the Macedonian flip. That's what they call that, apparently.
Oh my god.
Very untypical match here. Not often you see both Chloe and Eddie in the same game. I don't really know who this favors, aside from just assuming that Eddie loses, because Eddie does have to work quite a lot.
Oh yeah,
that's true. I mean, Chloe
that's across the board, even in the story mode. I mean, he is definitely not the main dancer anymore. He's definitely on the side.
Yeah, this is actually a law match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh my! That's one of the few things I know about the lore of Eddie, and yeah, that's kind of depressing to think about actually.
How the mighty
he's a
have fallen.
now.
I mean, look at
it could be worse, right? It could be Christy, but she's not here.
Oh, bring it up.
But Mark is here to light fires under EU.
It's true.
Oh, okay. Nice pick.
Great whip punish.
That goes for a spike as well.
All right,
great block.
Ooh, that was very, very risky. He tried to close it out, but fortunately, hit with the rage drives, kicked right in the ghoulies, and Seekuh's gonna take this. Very nice.
Hey, that's a bounty, isn't it? That's a round 3 straight rounds.
And only one left,
yeah.
so Gerald plays a good bounty. Only one more no round left, and we have, a whole tournament to get through. I'm sure we'll get another one. Seekuh could do it himself. He could finish the bounty off straight away. But yeah, Rogue Identity, the Macedonian. Apparently Dan knew what that flag was.
Of course,
Yeah.
North Macedon.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah. But yeah, good start there from Seekuh. But Rogue Identity definitely wasn't out of it. Had some good moments like the launcher, but I think he tech rolled and then ducked for some reason, which is something you don't really need to do in that situation against Chloe specifically. But Rage Drive came and that ended the round, so a few more things going his way. Now I could see this one flipping, but I'd like to get another no round Bryan and just get that bounty done with.
So you don't have to think about it anymore.
Yeah. There's so much to think about here. Were there any magic falls there? I don't know. Neither. No, both of them don't have magic falls, so. But there could have been. Well, there couldn't have been. They don't have magic force. Stupid.
Not anymore. Eddie used to have one in Tekken 3.
Yeah.
Oof.
That was definitely 4 generations ago.
Yeah.
That was a while ago. I think we've had this conversation before, but I don't think Mark was here. Mark, if you had to have a character returning from previous Tekkens, which one would it be?
I mean, there's not that many left, right? There's not that many.
I guess
probably
you're
less
right.
than 10,
like
I would
400 characters at the moment. So.
That's tough. I will randomly interject during our discussion and scream out the character's name. I will just say the character's name.
I'm going to answer for him. Mark's answer is Ancient Ogre.
Actually, I am an Ancient Ogre player. I played Ogre.
Oh, hell yeah.
I played Ogre and True Ogre in Tag 1, so maybe.
And so did half of the Tag 1 player base.
Yeah.
Well, what's interesting about this stage pick? This is canonically.
This is the lore stage.
Yeah,
this is
true. There's so much lore going on right now, and if Seekuh gets another no round Brown, it's completely true to the lore right now.
Yeah, Eddie's
absolutely. He's done for. Backup dancer confirmed. Career over.
Oh, look at the running threes, the pressure.
Oh my god, they're the
cross-ups. We're playing 2Ds right now, boys.
And the fact that he threw him after that as well. The BM running 3.
Oh my gosh, look at the pressure. There isn't much Rogue Identity can do.
Nice, that's going to get the pickup.
Great combo as well.
It's kind of evident that Seekuh knows what he's doing, especially in a tournament environment. There's some adjustments that you need to make as opposed to when you're fighting in ranked or playing player matches, and Seekuh just... you know what, I'm going to stop talking because it seems like...
Not doing a good job selling in there.
Every single time.
Every single time he opens his mouth about what a player is doing. Gets the Cali roll though, and the full conversion, big damage.
Dan, one day I'll teach you about curses one day, because I know a thing or two about those.
It's true, you've been worse than me this season, Caleb. It's true.
Alright, nice. Rogue Identity catching a launcher here. And we're already seeing some of what Kay was kind of getting at there. Managing to get these hits a little bit more, making some ground back, but has it back to the wall now. Rage available.
The spring kick, that was a float there, but spring kick right back, and Seekuh 1 round away from taking this.
Did not manage to pick up off the float, unfortunately, for Rogue Identity, and now Seekuh looking into a very strong position. Nice pickup here.
Slip kicks, but doesn't go for the combo. Don't think he was confident in the second it would have hit.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice. Again. And Rogue Identity doing a good job of just clipping Seekuh out of a lot of options.
Rounding 3+ frames. Running through again.
Is there anything that Rogue Identity could be doing more of? It kind of just seems like he's using everything at his disposal, but still getting obliterated.
Well, I was about to say, make better use of that really strong Eddie movement there. And we saw him backdash, manage to sidestep around a big option, but did not punish. And that seems to be the real crux of this. He's clipping Seekuh, but not getting anything substantial.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, slippery kicks.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
Okay.
He's probably noticed. I mean, Rogue Identity has had Seekuh ducking at the wall at least twice now towards the end of the rounds.
You know, sometimes you just have to bear all, and that's what Rogue Identity's doing right now. Getting the launches, momentum's in his favor right now, but drops the combo. No punish on the spring kick. Oh, yeah.
Nice float there, and does get the screw. All right, spike. What do we have?
Seekuh building momentum, back one, flips. 1+2 throw broken.
That's a great break.
Very important.
That wall bounces.
Wall bounce. Sioki, jump over it, cross up again.
And there we go.
Very nice. Nice 2-0 for Seekuh. Very solid game, but we did see some ground being made back there by Rogue Identity. Like you said, sort of just seemed to start throwing caution to the wind a bit more, and he was picking up a lot of big mid launchers, you know, started making Seekuh want to duck a bit, like Markman kind of said. So unfortunately, didn't manage to take out that game, bring it to game 3, but either way, Seekuh will move on and Rogue Identity will go to the loser's side. So
I mean, just kept it true to the law, right? You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Chloe's supposed to win in the end and look very strong moving on, but Rogue Identity, it's nicely Macedonians represent, right?
Shout out to North Macedonia, of course, representing.
That's one thing about ICFC. Like everyone's out to play. Everyone's here. And it's like that the Smash tagline, everyone is here, and you know that's what we've really seen, right? So been a big fan of that. But yeah, brackets are progressing, people are winning, people are losing, things are happening, and that was our first game. And we also got one step closer to finishing one of the bounties, which was Gerald's bounty. We need one more game on stream that it features a no round brown, and you know, some of the way some of these games have gone, I can see that happening, but I think later on we might, I don't know if we'll see much Julia today in Europe. You know, Julia's a bit of a sub character in Europe. No one really mains the character.
But everyone has a Julia. That's the crazy thing, right? Everyone has a Julia, but more often than not, we don't see her being used in the tournaments, at least in Europe.
Yeah, but you know, I think maybe people see the bounties and they're like, "Oh, I'll pick Julia. Just go ahead, right?" And yeah, here we actually have the top 8 bracket. The top 8 standings right here. You know, you see Kalak in first place, myself at second, Eddie at third, Pico at 4th, Black Kazama at 5th, Sephiblack at 6th, Doug from Paris at 7th, and Crossfire at 8th. And Crossfire and Doug are like, those are the ones that are in the most danger right now, because you know, I think Batsy is something like 7 or something points just behind Crossfire. So you know, he's very close, and you know that could, if Batty does very well, that also moves Doug down, and if Oracle does well, that moves both of them down. So you know,
it's really bugging me. I don't know if it's bugging you guys, but looking at the character portraits that we have on the rankings here on the 10-0 site, how come some of the characters are like zoomed in way into their eyes, and some are not?
Somebody's
this is really bugging me.
Somebody's taking creative license, right? You know, some of them look better with the eye, some of them look better with half the face. You know, it's just preference, right?
I think what's interesting as well, interesting that Seth.
All right, but we have Ultra Instinct Potato.
Oh yeah, this is someone else who needs a big performance here to qualify. You know, sitting at 11th place right now, not the worst spot, but hasn't been doing well since his big win in week 4, I think it was. So this is someone who needs a bit of a redemption arc right now and really do well to, you know, really make a claim. And
double Shining Wizards
and the wave dash.
Yeah, all right. Back one
counter hit.
All right. Fasulin right now getting buried.
Gets the wall into the rolling soul bot, the follow-up, and look at that clean first round.
Every single hit just at landing.
Forward 2. Man, shut up.
Gave him dust boot.
1-for-1 counter hit. Should get the wall with this combo.
But he gets a low parry right after. Great read by you.
Jump over while standing 2-2.
Jump over. Okay, Tekken is actually a 2D game now. I don't care. Danko, please change the tag and Steam.
He didn't get a wall split, unfortunately, but that's huge. Down back 2 to end it.
And Fasulin just really wanting to break up Potato's shins there.
Yep. Nice punish on
the down forward 2.
Now I'm back 1. Nice step.
Oh, nice hit confirm on the down forward 2-1. Very, very solid.
Ooh, doesn't get the moonsault, but nice down back 2. Down back 3, nice block, but no launch. Nice step on
what
the
a
jackhammer.
step.
And no,
That
doesn't
was
finish
great.
the combo. Is he going to regret that? Can Fasulin steal it here right now?
Rage
It's
available.
possible. All it takes is one hit to start off.
The trade. All right, Potato looking in prime position to walk away with game 1 here, but Fasulin has shown that he definitely can come out swinging.
Well, so nice counter hit
Combos
combined.
over and over again.
Oh man, this looks like it might be it.
Ooh! Fancy stuff. Is he going to regret that? Plants the seeds. Flowers will grow.
Oh man, big opportunity here.
Down back 1. One more hit could take this here. Shove!
Okay.
Oh, nice. Yep. That was
you know what's,
sick.
you know what's crazy? I don't even think Potato needed to do that. I think a
No,
4-2
definitely
would
not.
have got.
No, that was the
4-2
flex.
Yeah, that would have got the rules back. I don't think he needed to do that, but sometimes, you know, it's a great way. You gotta win with style, right? What's good? What good is winning if you don't look good doing it, right? And that's one thing you really love to see. Ultra into Potato. That's something he really has down pat. Like confirming that shove into the clothesline, like he does that consistently, and great way to end out the first game. But you know, for Fasulin showing like he's not out of this. Like this is going to be a close game, and I'm really interested to see what the next game brings.
Definitely. And I think it was interesting. We saw kind of mainly in round 2, we saw Fasulin kind of come back swinging, really wanted to aim to stuff a lot of Ultra Instinct Potato's options, because we're seeing a lot of aggression coming out from Potato right now. And I think you have to put that down to King's very solid up close game. You know, you've got the jabs, the down forward 1 checks into the grab game, and that is all very scary to deal with if you're Jack. You know, you're a big character, not the best movement in the world, doesn't have the best panic options. So I definitely think Potato's aggression here is the way to go. Mark, if you're Fasulin in this position, how do you play against the King? How do you space him out?
I think that first match was great for kind of gathering data and intel here. He's gonna have to be careful about just how he wakes up at the wall, because you know he rolled into 2 very distinct situations where he could have gotten destroyed, and luckily for him he didn't get wall splatter or anything like that. But again, he's just gonna have to be careful at how he's gonna deal with at the wall. I think alternatively, offensively, there needs to be I guess more risk taken on his side. He got hit by a few counter hits in there, but he didn't really employ his offensive strategy in the match at all, which can prove to, you know, be an advantage for him, because really he hasn't had a chance to really show off what he's capable of in the matchup.
And I think it's interesting to note that when he did try and break out that aggression a bit more, we saw him go for about 3 or 4 lows in a row, big ones too, and they all landed. So definitely caught Potato off guard there. So it'll be interesting to see if Fasulin can kind of surprise him here a little.
One thing I like to see, you see Fasulin's profile picture, it was just like a reversed image of the panel that you saw there. Like, like look at his character portrait, and then his panel is just like Jack times 2.
And I think this is something you see. Nice debug there, really huge risk, but it paid off. Down forward 2 stops the dash. Hold on.
Very good then. Not going to be the round, but it's going to be close. One more is going to take it. Great block on the down back 1. This is, oh gosh, this could be the comeback.
Here we go.
The journey of 1,000 miles takes a single step, and he was stomping right now.
Oh my god.
That was nasty to finish off.
What a
The
comeback.
thing with Ultra Instinct Potato, he likes to end with an exclamation mark. He really likes to swag out towards the end of the rounds.
I mean, I think during some of the previous ICFCs we've seen him on Forgotten Realm, it has been an absolute pleasure to just watch his King demolish his opponents. But now, you know, he's just putting on the best show ever, finishing off with these incredibly slow moves just to flex on his opponents. You gotta love it, man. And like Kate was saying,
Oh my
you
God.
have to have swag just like that.
Should get the wall with this. Gonna go for jump over. No, doesn't get. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Rager, I think he caught him. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
4-2 was his face, but
Punish.
see, if Fasulin dropped, if he ducked the second hit 4-2-1, could have launched and got that there. But if ifs and buts with candy and nuts, debugs.
Debug again. Debug. Oh, he tried for it.
Enough
Potato
of
had
that.
enough.
But drops the combo though. Jackhammer. Went for a debug again. Messed it up. Nice low parry.
This is big. Ultra Instinct Potato does have the rage, so he's going to be dealing extra damage here. Another hop over.
Oh my god, he's dead.
That he's going to get a no round brown, and that is going to finalize.
Yeah, that's it.
20.
All right. Very,
Yours-
very solid stuff there from Potato.
What's the craziest thing about the no round brown? Like, at least 2 of those rounds belong to Fasulin. We had breaking news already Blazing Kick has sent Doug from Paris to losers.
Dougie down to losers, and again, he's at the edge. He's at the cusp of making sure he solidifies a spot here in the rankings. So this is bad for him.
Doug from Paris is in 7th right now. There's 3 points that separate him and Crossfire, the person below him. Like, this opens things up quite wide. You see right there, Doug is 7th place. He's not secure.
And you talked as well about, the possibility is for the lowest potential top 8 placer in Rukang having to win and for Crossfire to not place. But if Doug doesn't place here, that opens up the floodgates quite a bit. Like you said, about 10 people in possible contention to get into top 8. So that's really not good for Doug. I'm going to have a quick look, see if I can find him here on the bracket. Who's he coming up against now on loser's side?
I better find him before you do.
All right, no, I'll race you.
I'm so fast right now.
All right, he's going to play the winner of King Seamus versus Physics, our $3 donator.
But yeah, it just takes seconds, guys. If you guys want to help donate and add to the prize pool, use that coupon code that you guys saw. It's probably in the chat as well. I could see it. Mubon is spitting it out there, but it only takes a few seconds. We would appreciate all the support.
Yeah, just looking through the brackets, this is absolutely insane. And if you guys do obviously want to help support, you can use that promo code ICFCEU S1W9 to do so at a free 50 cents to the prize pool. But, this is, I like AZG's message there, just win. Just win.
Just win.
That's all you got to do. Thank you for that, using the code. You see, Physics has done the 50 cents and also did a 250 of their own. So we love to see that.
Yeah,
you see,
we saw another donation from Vazenkov, who actually added Physics in his message.
And then Sad Big Kermit, Xbox Gang, that's what's up. There's like at least 4 of us.
Oh no, Markman is a member of Xbox Gang.
I welcome all consoles.
No, Markman, you don't know how much of a force Xbox Gang is in EU Tekken.
Xbox Gang is a terror. They are a terror.
20Z is Xbox Gang. He's one of the OGs.
Oh damn.
The thing is, he played on Xbox, but there's a difference between playing on Xbox and being Xbox Gang, right?
He used to rock the Xbox controller when we had PS4 tournaments, like for the longest. He had a converter and everything. I was like, man, this kid is crazy.
They're all breaking out. Xbox Gang has invaded. But here we have Frizen versus Mimikre. Frizen, of course, one of the better Steve players knocking around. We were talking about Doug there, but Frizen incredibly strong as well. I'm not too familiar with Mimic. Kobe, can you tell me anything about Mimic?
The only thing I can tell you is SSP is the same team that Mr. Croft is on. So I believe we have another Austrian here. And being on the same team as Mr. Croft, one of the premier talents here in Europe, who's done so well in these ICFCs, probably the best Ling player in Europe. That's good company to be in.
Absolutely, speaks volumes. But Frizen, of course, not really caring, taking that first round without much effort. Back one counter hit. One of the better tools in the game.
Probably one of the best tools in the game.
What's interesting about this matchup is Bryan has a punch parry, but there's a very weird interaction where if Bryan punch parries Steve and then Steve holds back. Speaking of punch parries, not that one, Frizen, the other one. If Bryan punch parries Steve and then Steve holds back, he can actually do his sway back into a launch. So it's actually a risk going for punch parry in this matchup. And Frizen's a tech monster. He's going to know that sort of thing. So I'd love to see it.
It's a crazy interaction though, because if the Bryan players know that the Steve is going to go for it, he could probably set up something crazy too.
But that's where the tech really starts to develop, right? And that's what I love about seeing people at high level play who know these option selects.
Great duck there from Frizen. Should get the wall as well.
Drops right out of here. He still has the wall pressure though, which is really good here.
Yeah, I just want to see especially. But he kind of sidestepped his back away, but when you get the pick up, this is Frizen.
Nice pick up.
Nice combo as well. Just the fall up here. Nice 3+4. The taunts.
Oh, double.
Look at the dash now. Oh, hatchet kick. New season 4. Hatchet kick again.
Back to back.
Oh my
God. The rage drive. Final round, first game.
Yeah, nice tech catch there by Mimic. Not wanting to take this lion down. 2 rounds apiece. Gets the 3+4 counter hit at the start of the round. This is going to go to wall. This is going to be huge. And he has Oki now. Taunt? Yes? No.
Punish that.
Punish though.
A tiny punish, but Mimic big lively right now. And the comeback resource is gone.
We're going to see that 7 golden letter win now.
Oh my God. And
Damn.
Mimic coming
Mimic.
back from what looked like a clean Frizen win.
Yeah, that was
For
a great
sure.
first game. That's what you love to see. You know, like I said, Austrian on the same team as Mr. Croft. That's good company to be in. And a great start there. And, you know, Frizen's going to have to go back to the draw board and think about that one because, you know, that's one way to really make a statement. What's in there saying, we know Frizen, blah, blah, blah. But we don't know anything about this other guy and takes first game looking dominant as well. So
We know now.
I mean, I knew all along, but
I got you guys. So, you know, since ICFC has really been a new thing, especially for Europe, have you guys taken notice of new players that you might have not noticed in the past? Has this really been a platform for a lot of these players to kind of get their shine?
I think one of the biggest surprises has been someone like Ultra Instinct Potato coming all the way to actually win. He had a dominant win over Black Kazama winners semis, and then, you know, obviously his infamous grand finals against me, which I became the world's biggest choke artist, but it is ways. But yeah, you know, there's someone like that. Oracle is someone who's been a mainstay in online tournaments for a while now, but has had really good performances here in ICFC as well. And the thing with ICFC is like these are like challenger level events, like Tekken World Tour challenger level events with like the people that are signing up, the numbers here as well, and making top 8 here, which some players, you know, we've not really seen offline because people have been leveling up online now because all we had, and this is the real place to showcase your talent. Some people have been leveling up and we've been seeing it here in this ICFC. And, you know, we could have a huge upset here right now with Mimic going up against Frizen here. 3+4 counter hit again.
And we've seen that now 2 rounds in a row. Mimic fairly confident in that option. I wonder what it is Frizen has given away that's making Mimic so comfortable to throw that out.
I think
3+4?
I've kind of noticed that Mimic has kind of stopped using his punches. He's gone for the kind of slower kick moves, and I think Frizen's kind of been used to trying to get those parry punches and work around those quicker moves. But when Mimic is actually getting these massive kick counter hits, Frizen's kind of trying to adapt to this timing that he's just not getting. But right now, looks like he has actually adapted to it, and Frizen is now pretty much set to take the second game if he's able to keep this pressure up.
A great Massagey there as well. Season 4 buff damage of Massagey. Nice. Not the best combo, not going to be dead. Drops some Massagey. Magic 4. Magic 4 combo.
Let's go.
Put one on the board.
Hatchet. Raise drive spent. Went for the forward 3, but Frizen just backdashed and down 2-1.
Best round under in the game.
Yep, the best. Thank you for... Oh, Nibs, I love you.
I love you too. I love you too. But we saw our first Magic 4 combo of the day there. And now Frizen carrying to the wall.
It's going to massage again. There it is.
I can't believe we only got 2.
1-2-1. Gets count hit. Tries to step. That's a bad. 1-2-1 again. Extended duck. Now Frizen has a big life lead right now. 1-2. Down forward 1.
Oh my god. Wall rage drive. Gets the wall.
This is big too.
Damage.
It won't be dead. Taunt. Follow up here. Messes it up. And
Oh my
goodness.
Beautiful.
What a comeback.
And we saw Mimic there, went for the same taunt setup he did last time, cancelled it, went for the generic low, but Frizen now catching that counter hit back 1, carrying right to the wall. Massagey again, no. Goes for the back sway option.
Oh, went for the fisherman, but just messed up the timing. The hatch is coming out. Oh, back one.
Side wall. No, gets clean.
Jump over.
What's that? Plus frames. Oh, very, very back and forth.
I like how Frizen delayed the while sending 1-2 there as well, because he knew that it's unsafe. He gets punished. He could be very close to death there. So he's like, I'm going to wait, gets a counter hit confirmed, and just finishes it off there. Very good stuff there from Frizen. Really come back. But Mimic has still been so good. You know, like the hatches are working, the raise drive is working. Really good timing, those 3+4s. I want to see more of that. That's really catching Frizen. You know, we're going to have a really good final game here.
Absolutely. And I think what's so interesting to me there is we saw a very similar situation to game 1 where Frizen was looking extremely dominant, took a couple of rounds extremely quickly. But, you know, Mimic just took it, started taking it right back, looked very confident, didn't seem phased at all, but Frizen managed to take it in the end. The big thing we seem to be seeing at the start of all these rounds right now is Frizen gets that early advantage and carries to the wall extremely quickly. And then Mimic is managing to win on the Oki situations. He's managing to guess right more often than not at the wall when his back is to it. And I think that's where you really have to make the big clutch call-outs. Like you said, had he landed that Fisherman Buster, I think we saw a very different round there.
Yeah, I mean, easy mode, he could have just done a while sending 1 and got the launch, but went for the Fisherman. That's one thing I really, really like to see, you know, just going for the confidence. and randomly get the same stage again. So sure, I don't see why not. But yeah, this is going to be a really good final game. I'd love to see how this one ends up.
Yeah, it all comes down to this, the final match between these two. Kind of a surprise, wouldn't you guys say? I mean, we've seen Frizen really playing very dominant throughout the ICFC, but now having trouble going to the final match. Still in the winner's side, early pool play.
And
There's a back one count hit. I mean, this is what you love to see about. This is the great thing about ICFC, though. It's like, because a lot of players you don't normally get to see the chance to travel. You don't have to go anywhere. You're competing at home. You know, we finally get to see them come out to tournaments and put on good shows. So that's the great part of ICFC, the unknown factor. And Albatross.
Nice, Albatross.
I like the spins from Frizen.
You know what they say, spin to win. Let's see more of that.
Dashing away now.
Mimik's taking a bit more time than he was in previous games. Before he was trying to press the advantage, but now taking his time a bit more, playing more of the neutral game instead of rushing down with buttons.
He's been counter hit by a lot of back ones, so it's understandable that he wants to just play a bit more safe now. No,
and interesting, you see Mimic a lot more apprehensive about throwing out the 3+4. I think he's expecting Frizen to kind of outspace it with punish with the Sonic Fang. So very solid choice, you know, being a little more apprehensive.
No punish and forward 2 there.
Oh, there it is.
3+4 counter hit.
He's been getting those so often, but does the combo into the taunt.
Yeah,
See,
and
the taunt didn't connect, but it still worked.
He waited so long to let it rip. And I think that's what really made it work for him. Dash up back one. The balls on Frizen.
I mean, that's just something you do when you just got a huge read on that time. You just run up and back one, and it works out. It works out. If it doesn't, it's a move that's almost impossible to whiff punish anyway. Oh, and the Albatross delayed spin. Frizen on match point right now. Down 2-1.
So Mark, if you're Mimic right now, what do you have to do to take this game?
Well, the way Mimic's been playing is looking like he's trying to restrict the movement here from Frizen. You know, Frizen's been getting a lot of mileage from not only the counter hit game, but also moving around a lot of his pokes. And well, that's one of the things that'll work out for him. But eventually, you know, he's going to get caught and downloaded on the timing of that hatchet kick. So he's going to have to be really careful how he's approaching and how he's going to try to open him up. Oh, big counter hit.
It went for that 3+4, but back one just came out to say hello.
Oh my god.
Peekaboo down 2. He's looking very bad right now for Mimic. Has rage available, but
with the counter hit 30th of the 1-2-1-2, able to close it out.
Frizen wasn't happy about that.
Those hatchet kicks were working out so well for him. I don't think he got low parried once for those, right? I think the entirety of that set, that hatchet kick was working out probably better than even maybe the 3+4s. But, you know, when you get into a position where you're very close to losing, sometimes you do second guess yourself. You think, this thing that I've been using over and over again may not actually work. And speaking of using things over and over again, hope you like that segue, Nibs. You'll be able to potentially...
How does that make sense?
You'll be able to use this Devil Jin statue if you're able to take the winning spot in ICFC by making it a centerpiece on your mantelpiece.
Whatever you were going for there, I got it. But
anyway,
yeah,
guys,
this is definitely a beautiful piece of Tekken art.
That beautiful, very well detailed statue is, of course, going to one each is going to the winners from each region. So Asia, EU, and NA. Alongside as well, we haven't seen them yet, but beautiful paintings from Rukang's father, Marco, as well. So all of those alongside the money that will be in the prize pools is to play for. So, you know, really big stakes here for our first place contenders.
All right, I need to ask production right now. Is there any breaking news coming up? Because I've been looking through the brackets. So is there any breaking news coming up, or should I just shut up? Okay, so looking through the brackets, there have been quite a few upsets that have started off already. I mean, first off, one of the ones I picked up is Ducky, who's someone who's been a bit of a giant killer throughout a lot of ICFC and online tournaments in general, has beaten Schrodinger 2-0, and Schrodinger is one of the best King players in Europe. He is... To me, he's only second to Batty as King players in Europe. If that, I think those two could be equal, but Batty's had the better performances, so you have to give it to him right now. And Ducky's beaten him 2-0. And someone who you mentioned earlier who needed to have a good performance, Rukang has gone to the losers bracket.
Ooh.
And
That's going to be very risky for him.
Rukang needed to win to qualify, and he's already gone down to the losers bracket. So,
round 1.
I mean, we speak of Ducky, speak of Noctis. We have another Noctis on screen here. It's Mr. Bolt himself.
Yes, I was saying to the guys earlier that I really, really enjoy seeing Bolt play, and
absolutely,
I want to see him face off against Tetsu. But we'll just have to see how Mr. Big Nose Heihachi does.
We've given a lot of props to Bolt over these past few weeks, and I think he's done a good job of showcasing himself. One of the up-and-coming players, one of the younger players on the scene in the UK, has really had a lot of very impressive results recently against some high-level players, and really just showcasing, I think, more Noctis than most other people. Consistently one of the first people that comes to mind when you think, top EU Noctis player. A lot of people have credited him for, showing them a lot of tech, showing them a lot of options in matchups that they weren't aware of. So Bolt constantly on the grind. Interesting to see how he does. I am not familiar with Big Nose. Not a player I've seen.
I mean, one thing about Bolt that's important to mention is, I think he's, in terms of tech and knowledge of the character, he is one of the best Noctises in the world. And this matchup is quite interesting in the fact that, this is one of the few matchups where Heihachi's 4-4-2 always gets launched. Whiffs like that will always get launched because Bolt's so ready with his down 4-2s, goes to the wall, gets the combo.
Oh my god.
Bolt, leave him alone. He's already dead. That's disgusting.
That's royalty right there. Noctis able to pull it out, and kind of like what you mentioned there. Heihachi can't play the normal game plan. He has to play the anti-Noctis game plan. He can't be as willy-nilly as he usually is. But look at that. That was a great performance there from Bolt. Boruto? I don't know how you guys feel about Boruto, but whatever.
Is he the one who has that dad? Is Boruto has a dad?
Right. Boruto's dad's son. Yeah.
So bad.
Boruto's dad's son, that's... All right, we'll take that. We'll take that.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, a good first showing there from Bolt. And one thing you'll notice about Bolt's name is Bolt first to 3. And that is because when he just runs into someone in ranks, first to 3, all the time it's first to 3 first. He's always training for like set conditions. He's always ready for tournaments, right? He's like, that's what he's doing. And when it comes to these tournaments, he performs very well. You just saw it there. Big Nose is someone who I've seen have quite a few good performances in ICFCs, had a few upsets, and to look so dominant like that is it's a testament to how Bolt's training has been. Because as I play Bolt very periodically, like I'll play him quite a bit, have a break, play him again, and every time I come back, like his one thing I find his defense gets stronger. Over time and time again. That's one thing I've really noticed. His defense gets stronger. His throw breaking is very solid. His timing on his blocks is good. Low parries. And I think that's the hallmark of a really good, talented player is your defense. If you can hold up against anyone, I think offense is the easy part to learn. Defense is the hard one. So as long as he continues to get better and better in this way, I'd love to see him qualify, but it requires him to win the whole event. And he has a bit of a path ahead of him, but he's made top 8 before. I think his best performance in the ICFC has been 4th place. So, I believe he has it in him to do it again. We're going to Diomo Decidio. And let's see if Bolt has lots of situational combos for every stage, so he's going to know what to do here.
And hold on, we have some breaking news.
Ernie Ball has sent Black Kazama to losers.
What's happening? This is the week of upsets, and arguably the most important week for like 5 or 6 different people.
I think Black Kazama's at 5th place. If I'm not, Black Kazama's at 5th place with 147 points. Him and Doug are both currently in losers bracket, and they need to have good performances here as Big No just runs away from Noctis for a bit.
Yeah, no, and it's interesting, if you're kind of like 5th place and below right now in that top 8, you really, really need to be careful about where you go out. You don't want to get put into a position where, you could potentially be pushed out of top 8 right in the last week. But anyway, forward 2 for Big Nose. We were saying that that's a big risk against Noctis, not if it lands.
Down 2. Punish that. No, that's unsafe at minus 12, I think, for 11. I think it's 12. I'm a hard player.
Completely wastes the RD, but doesn't get a great punish off of it.
Caught him. He tried to go for a reversal there. Oh, man.
Great first
big
start.
whiff.
This is exactly
Nice.
what Big Nose needs.
Yeah, no, and really nice quick whiff punish there by Big Nose. Nice electric.
There we
Okay,
go.
hold on. Coming out swinging. Will he carry to the balcony? Yes. Gets
Nice
the
break.
break.
Oh, this
Back
is the
turn. Oh,
Get it
set
to
up.
the awful situation.
Oh my god.
Bo,
Do it again,
are you
do
gonna
it
let
again.
him do that to you?
Down back 2. One more hit to take it here.
Okay,
Rage drive
rage drive.
spec.
Get off me.
Oh, and yep.
Kick him in the
forward
face.
to end it, but that was the only thing that's messed up there is Bolt's Oki situation. He was head towards facing away. If he was facing towards, that could have been an even bigger combo there.
Absolutely, but very nice awareness from Big Nose, knowing how to pick up from that. He's obviously dealt with that before, and I think really impressing me right now. I think we were a little unsure of how Big Nose would do coming into this. Nice pickup, though. He commits to the second hit.
Went for it again, but Bolt got straight up.
He wants it.
There's that up one. Such a strong tool for Noctis. 13 frame counter hit. But forward 1+2 should get the wall of this combo. Nice, but yeah.
Stylish combo.
Didn't recover in time to get a wall combo. Nice whip punch for the wild standing one. L sweep. Oh, what a power
Nice.
crush!
I thought he was going to close it out there.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. Big Nose on the scoreboard, tying it up.
Yeah, and I
that's-
think after
Go
game
ahead.
one,
Go ahead, Nibs.
yeah.
Nibs, you can. Nibs, go ahead. Go ahead, Nibs.
You go ahead.
No, not Nibs. Go ahead. I'll let you.
But yeah, no, after game one, I think that really caught me off guard. I think I wasn't expecting Big Nose to come out that strong. I think round one was definitely a bit more back and forth, but after that, that looked all Big Nose. We saw some very consistent whiff punishing at the very start of round two, and he just ran with it from there. Really kept trying to go for that setup on Oki. At that point, I think it might have been him minorly popping off for himself. It worked the one time. Let's see how many times we can get it. But, you know, go off. If it works, it works. And we're going to get a game 3 out of this. So I was going to touch before game 2 on the fact that Bolt, of course, will have the matchup experience. We have a couple of very high-level Heihachi players in the EU. Of course, Bolt will have played with Joka from the UK as well. Joka is from the UK, isn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and of course, is Harry Potter still playing Heihachi these days, or is he just playing Devil Jin?
Harry Potter, he went off to Hogwarts. He
Very funny, very funny. All right, okay,
yeah.
Mr. Guaranteed Top 3 thinks he can talk all the shit.
No, but Harry Potter's been missing for a while. We only really see him at a lot of offline events, but Fake Potter's been looming about. But he's been playing a lot more Kazuya than Heihachi. I think he is a Kazuya main. It's very confusing because Harry Potter's a Heihachi main that also plays Kazuya, and Fake Potter's a Kazuya main that also plays Heihachi. So it's very, it's very. He bumped his head on the wrong platform.
Yeah, I read that as well.
So Bolt ended up picking an infinite stage here.
Yeah, this is something Bolt does quite often, and I think if you play like Bolt, it makes perfect sense. You know, his spacing's very good. Down forward 2 being such a long range whiff punish, he can just backdash away and wait for the whiff that he wants. And it gives him all the space in the world to do forward 4 combos, which he can do for Oki. No launch there, which is a bit. He'll be happy with the damage anyway.
Nice 2-2 into 2-2 again. Such a good
very dominant first round.
Is there anything about an infinite stage that really suits Noctis in particular?
It's the spacing game. You know, he's got a lot of really solid tools for that kind of mid to long range, especially as Kay was touched on with Bolt's playstyle, especially against someone like Heihachi, right? Heihachi lives off the rushdown, he lives off the mix, and if you don't have a wall to run to, that suddenly gets a lot harder to keep down.
And then another team mind is like, with Bolt's thinking as well, it's like the walls benefit Heihachi more than they benefit Noctis, so just get rid of them.
That's a very eagle strategy. Down forward 2.
Gonna end with a forward 4 combo here. Watch the Oki. You have to guess correctly, or Bolt
Down
wins
forward
this
2,
round.
do it again. Oh no, it goes to down forward. Okay, hit with that parry.
So
I love
good.
it.
Let's
love
do
it.
it. I love that parry so much.
Side step 2. Down for 1-2. No punish, but down back 2. He'll take that. Down back 2 again.
Nice 1-1-2 punish.
Oh, even on life right now. Bolt just fishing for something.
Okay, clipping him with the single hit of the hell sweep there. Interesting that Big Nose committed to the full hell sweep before, launches only on second hit. He got it again.
Mix up opportunity. Let's see what he does. The
Sidestep
sidestep attack. The wall standing 2 able to hit him out of it. There we go. There we go.
Straight up shut down in the latter half of that round.
Yeah,
He's starting to take more risks. I mean, we see him really opening up with the down back 2, the hell sweep. And again, you got to remind you that these are all launch punishable. He really is at a lack of tools here as far as poking and going in. But look at that combo in the mix up.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, don't let him do that to you again, Bolt.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, great
Tries to
block
go for
from
the
the launch.
50-50.
Interesting there.
That's with the plus range.
Oh, he had an
Finish
opportunity.
the string, but gets counter hit. No follow up though.
He's not punishing down for 1-2.
Bolt, you gotta press buttons, dude. Nice.
There we go.
Standing 2-2. Let's go.
I was gonna say, interesting, we didn't see the while standing launcher from Bolt when he blocked the initial hit of Hell Sweep not too long ago, and that's where he nearly lost that game. He gave
my goodness,
hold on, more
breaking
breaking news. Let me cut myself off. Last Phoenix sends Faith X Destiny to lose 2-1.
Dabby is in the losers.
Dabby,
He's been a bit of a Pika killer over the weeks as well, so he's gone to losers. He's a lovely guy.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Dabby, of course, a very well-known man in the UK scene. Really lovely guy. I met him myself, actually. Fellow Kwamba Dragon user, and he's a lovely guy. So interesting. We'll see if he can fight his way back out. But very solid performance either way. Like we said, though, Bolt nearly gave that away there at the end. Kind of a couple of scuffed punishes. He picked it up though. And the young man is alive, and I think this has been a big thing in the ICFC and a lot of EU events recently. Is kind of a lot of these younger players that have really been performing well. People like Bolt, people like Sync, people like Flower. Another person we mentioned who I actually noticed in his own pool got knocked down to losers after game 1. So right now is very pivotal for a lot of people. Like you said, there's a lot of people in potential position to move into that top 8. So. This is really, really all to play for right now. Yeah.
And just about that last game for a second, it was almost like Sync's unwillingness to block the lows was almost what was going to cost him that game. But he finally got the down back 2 at the end, and that's actually what won him the game. So it's important to see. I think he just was running the long con, right? Saying, I'm not going to block these lows. Just wait until that last round and then finally gets it done. But pools are progressing. And do we have any more breaking news coming up or...
You're picking out the breaking news for yourself. Come on.
No, I'm asking so I don't say it, and then they're like, "Oh, breaking news! You ruined my breaking news." So, okay. So, looking through the brackets, Ultra Instinct Potato has sent Sync to the losers, so he is continuing in the winners bracket. He's realizing, I have to step on performances here, and that is exactly what he is doing. Kalak and Pika will be playing in winners quarterfinal of their pool, and that is a big one. But up right now, we have the man who sent Schrodinger to losers 2-0, Ducky, using the Fahkumram, going up against Sephiblack, the man sitting, I believe, 6th place right now. Someone who kind of needs these points to stay safe, going up against, one of the better characters in the game right now, you have to say.
Absolutely, and I think you see a couple of heads already turning, people feeling like Ducky's selling his soul with the Fahkumram pick, but it's about this dub at this point. And Ducky, a very interesting record in ICFC so far, has consistently performed well against Kala. Currently sitting at the top of the leaderboard, performed well against Super Akuma in the preseason. Yep. Ducky is a bit of an X factor, has kind of been back and forth on who he's beating, but whenever he beats anyone, it's a big name.
Ducky is the epitome of ruin someone's day because he doesn't make top 8 himself, he doesn't have long runs, but he sends someone big either to the losers bracket or out of the tournament every single week consistently. It's been Schrodinger today. Is it also going to be Sephiblack?
Sephiblack, a hot off of his performance last week, getting 2nd place, right?
Yep. Oh, but great block and punish there. I think we have to mention Sephi's going to be ready for this matchup. He did defeat Eddie's Fahkumram last week in an explosive game, so he's going to be ready for this matchup. But Ducky's a different kind of fact.
Yeah, but an incredibly strong performance, as you mentioned, from Sephiblack. And you mentioned the 2nd place, Markman. I actually was briefly in Sephiblack's stream after ICFC EU last week. Sephiblack was torn apart by that 2nd place. He was not happy.
K-Wiz, I have to blame you for that. That is unfortunate. Killing people's motivation.
Sorry that I want to win.
All right,
you did good. You did good.
All right, nice.
Holding it down for the home team.
Now for 1-2,
nice.
gets the
Second
count
hit,
hit.
able to land.
1-1 into the follow-up. No! Somehow
Interesting
Sephi got
choice.
blocked that.
Yeah, interesting
punishment
choice for the
down.
forward 1+2. Is that normally meant to be guaranteed?
That is, but one thing that happened there is Sephiblack has a very a common setup. He does that 2-1 into the Savage Punch parry, and both times Ducky knows about that. He just goes for the 3+4, gets a counter. It happened twice there. Sephi needs to stop going for it, but Ducky dropping the combo there. Could have been some weirdness going on backstage.
Okay, keeping the pressure here. He has him at the wall. And look at this huge life lead here for Ducky. The trade into the follow-up here. Let's see what happens. Sephi's working his magic now, and this is the kind of magic I love to see from Sephiblack. You know, Miguel not having the best threatening offensive tools, but once he starts making you guess wrong time and again, he can really add things up over time.
Oh, that's a favorable trade for Sephi. He's going to have to do a lot of work to get this damage back on the board.
He really wanted that wall.
Oh, and he was about to tackle him. Oh, man.
That's the thing with fact that keep up with standing 3 has so much range, so deadly, so hard to get in on, and I don't know what happened there.
Oh my god, he got clipped, pressed.
Now back 4.
And he's just continuing with that pressure right now. Again, a huge life lead. Sephi's going to have his work cut out for him here.
Does that count as a magic 4 combo?
Judges.
I don't think so. Yeah,
we got the official call. All right, a punish there from Ducky, though. 3 rounds to 1, and Ducky going up in the first game. And this is what you were talking about, Kwis. Ducky has this incredible habit of performing extremely well against all of the top killers in the EU. So, you know, this isn't looking great for Sephi right now.
I mean, that was a very good first game. But the thing is, we can never count Sephiblack out because the exact same thing happened against the exact same character against Eddie last week. He lost the first game. It looked convincing. He almost lost the full game, and then there was something switched. He just came back. He returned. He did a return by death, and he was like, "I'm ready to take this game," and he took it all the way and looked dominant. What we're probably going to see here from Sephi is going to the infinite stage. He loves to do that, and he's just going to space around, play a bit more patient, try and bait for those counter hits, and do a few things differently. Like you saw, he stopped doing that 2-1 into the Sab Punch parry because he just got counter hit. But Ducky's still doing that 3+4, so that lets him know what he's going to do in that same situation. So, you know, Sephi continues to download. You know, I'm not going to count him out just yet, even though that was a good game there from Ducky.
Yeah, it was really apparent. You know, Ducky really showed his read on the timing. He was able to land so many of those countered 3+4s, but not only that, just whenever he wanted to go for the lows, he was able to land them almost at will.
Yeah, those down forward 3s were just going over and over and over again. I remember I watched a bit of Sephiblack stream last week, and you know, he himself, you know, knows how important lows are. Like, he loves to hit those lows, you know, the stab down back 3, that back down forward 2, that huge sweeping low. Like, he loves those lows himself, so he's getting a taste of his own medicine right now. But here we go. Here's the infinite stage. It's going to give him space to dance around and have some fun.
All right.
In the infinite Azure, no walls available, but I feel like the wall here, the obvious wall here, is Fahkumram.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. But you know, you've got to respect this pick from Sephiblack. I think does prefer infinites, generally speaking, and of course Miguel, incredibly strong movement. Doesn't matter if you get clipped by that back forward 4 though. Ducky immediately going in.
Nice block there. Oh, great low parry there from Ducky. And back forward does not hit ground if they don't tech. So great work there from Sephi to just stay down. Oh, the new power crush. Back 1 counter hit, and this should be the round for Sephiblack. There we go, rage up.
Here we go.
And that's what you like to see. We always bring it up, but you know, spend your rage. Make sure you use your resources if it's gonna win you the round. Didn't want to risk dropping the combo.
One thing as well is that new power crush from fact that he got this season. I was watching some old Bruce gameplay from Tekken 6 and Tag 2. That's actually an old Bruce move. 3-4, nice punish there from Sephi. Goes for the headbutt. There's that down forward 3 again. Somehow jumping over all of that there. Miguel's a bit more nimble than we thought.
Yeah, interesting trade, but Ducky coming out the worst for it. Sephiblack managing to control space right now.
Guaranteed down 4 after the charge. Running 3+ frames. Regular throw broken by Sephi. 3-4, no punish from Sephi that time.
Sephi's trying to play very methodical, take the advantage where he can, but Ducky pressing as many buttons as he's got on his controller, maybe all at the same time with his face, is just completely rushing him down, but never mind. Sephiblack gets that great opportunity, takes full advantage, and he's 1 round away from evening up this game score.
Nice punish there again from Sephi. Could have been more, but went for the punch parry as well. They both went for punch parries there, but Ducky wins out. Nice duck on the jet kick.
And K-Wiz, you were absolutely right. I mean, you can't count out Sephiblack. Look at the work that he's putting in right now. Has a life lead, working on 3 straight rounds. Big opportunity for him, but Ducky, again, you just got to be careful. Watch out for these big hits. But again, offensive flow in favor of Sephiblack.
Yep.
And look at that, 3 straight rounds.
That was an
1,
absolutely
2.
beautiful momentum shift. Like Sephiblack at the, right at that the end of that second round, he was like, I'm done waiting. It's time to press buttons. And then final round, he was like, I have to close this out now. And there you have it. Sephiblack evens up that game. What are we going to see? What kind of adaptations do you think we'll see from Ducky, Nibs?
I think, of course, we're presumably going to see a walled stage pick here coming in from Ducky. You know, he wants to be back in that firm position of control from game 1. Get Sephiblack to the wall. Use those strings that Fahkumram has access to, the guard breaks that cause the wall splats. Or, you know, you can throw out the mix. Don't do that. Finish them early. Counter hit launchers available in those strings as well. You know, Ducky isn't going to be too phased by this, is able to play the long set. But, you know, if he doesn't stop Sephi from moving around, that's really the key. I think he needs to bring him to a wall, keep him under control, use those incredibly strong tools Fak has access to.
I think one thing I've noticed with Sephi over the course of weeks, and one thing I noticed from actually playing him last week, is he is strongest in the second game. In the second game, something happens, he switches on, and that second game is always where he's strongest. So for him, winning the first game is always big, because that means that second game where he's turned on, where he's switched, he's ready to go. It's some people could say the first game just that the download phase for him, and then he's ready to go the next game. I believe it was Nin himself who said the first 2 rounds of a game, that's all it should take for you to download an opponent. For Sephi, it's the first game, you know. Then he does it. Yeah, we're going right back to Seekuh as well. And it's a smart decision because for Ducky, it's the stage he won the first game on, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the big thing about Seekuh that a lot of people tend to like about it is that it's very thin. You know, any launch generally will bring you to a wall. And if you're Ducky, again, if you're in this position trying to use those tools available to you, this is the best case scenario.
Round 1.
Huge difference going into this match, though, is now Sephiblack 3 rounds straight the last time they played, right? So there's a lot of pressure now on Ducky and how he's going to guess, at least offensively, against Sephiblack.
And you saw there, Ducky immediately went for one of those strings we were mentioning. Sephiblack managed to stuff him out of it.
And here we go. He's trying to do his fake in the back 2 charge. 3-4. No punish there from Sephi again.
The power crush. Nice.
It is safe, unfortunately, for Sephi there.
Nice. Strings coming out now from Ducky. Able to control more space here. And again, just the lack of the freer movement space really affecting Sephiblack here. You see, he's a lot more tentative on the defense.
Yeah, he finally went for the Sephi hop kick there, but didn't work out.
Sephi has some really good spacing. It's just that where he has opportunities to perhaps get some whiff punishes, he's not able to take those opportunities because Fahkumram's range is just incredible.
Yeah, but Sephi started off very good in this round though. Has quite a big life lead. Charges in. Just backing away. He's letting Ducky get away from the wall. Punish that.
Yeah, big punish there. Better than last time. Oh, goes for the rage drive.
It's not going to be a lot of damage and he won't get wall off it, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Running 3+ frames. Down forward 1. What does Sephi do right now? Big whip and
nice.
Sometimes mistake there from Ducky. Yeah, but Sephiblack able to capitalize and tie it up on rounds.
You have to take the hit you can get there.
And we were seeing that last game from Ducky, a bit over-reliant on that forward 1+2. Sephi has managed to call him out for that a few times now. Big wall damage here for Sephi.
Oh, there's that back forward 4 I was talking about earlier. Now back forward, nice block and punish. That's one thing, you love that from Sephi, right? That's a huge low. Ducky tries to do one back and Sephi says no. Down for 1-2, nice duck there from Sephi. Doesn't get a punish though. Nice block
kick. Let's go. Get that
Should
carry.
Get this combo. Yeah. Gonna be damage. What's the follow-up? Stab down back.
He's just working the magic there.
There's the charge finally. Yeah, for counter hit though. Sephi in such a good position right now. Charge!
Nice.
Shoulder!
Get that charge.
Knocking down that wall that is Fahkumram. Very solid performance there by Sephiblack, winning 2-1. So unfortunately, you know, for Ducky, his habit to beat all these higher level players in the ICFC did not come out for him today. Sephi taking him out, and Sephi will move on.
Maybe
breaking news.
Wait, we have breaking news right now. Tetsu has
sends Bolt to losers.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
And Dan, that was the match you wanted to see. It happened off stream.
But you get to see the breaking news, so it's like it's just as good.
Just as good, right?
Just
I mean,
as good.
to be fair, I have said multiple times that both of those players have got special places in my heart because I love watching both of them. So, you know, once they came up against each other, one of them had to win, one of them had to lose.
Oh, we have
and there's even more breaking news.
Pika has
Pika
sent
to
to
lose.
Pika, I mean, Pika, we were talking about Pika earlier. On the points board, but has to be able to get more, right? Has to be able to secure a spot.
See, the thing is, what's interesting about that? So Pika currently sits at 4th place.
Correct.
It's not a safe 4th place, but it is 4th place. And Kalak sits at 1st place. If the tournament was to end today, right now, when we go into the finals, that's going to be the match. Kalak versus Pika. And if you remember, I think it was week 2 or week 1. They had that game. They had the winners final and the grand finals where things just started to get a bit nutty. You know, you had the taunting going on. You had the weird ends from Kalak. So there's history between these two that started in ICFC, and it could culminate in the finals, which is it's a lovely story to see if we get that, you know, because Pika could move on, get more points, push Eddie down to the 4th position potentially, but Eddie's doing well in his bracket right now. Onto the breaking news real quick. It's interesting that Bolt's gone to losers because he is someone who to qualify has to win this tournament, and doing that from losers is one hell of a task, but hopefully you can get that done. But quick shout out here to the match arena. Make sure you guys are donating like some people have. Like you have It's Me who's done the free code and also given a $4.50. Let's go Bob Gang and Flower. So shout out to Flower there. Stu Sharp, King Kong, Crunchy, Jensen. Thanks everyone that's using the free code. Vazenkov with the five there as well. And you see the shout is there, right? So you know, this is what you love to see. This was all about, you know, supporting the players. Tekken players don't have money, so it's nice to give them some. And next up we have Fran, the Korean that lurks in our bracket. Mr. Fran Williams himself going up against Fuhito. Fuhito, a French, formerly Shaheen main, but has been playing a lot of Kunimitsu since her release. Been playing her quite a bit. So this is going to be an interesting game. Fran has sort of looked very dominant in ICFCs when we've seen him play, especially last week. You know, made it to top 8, looked super good. Was only stopped by someone who was equally as dominant in Oracle in the Anna mirror match, which made him actually switch to Elisa. So going for Elisa here straight away. So, you know, maybe he's lost confidence in the Anna after losing the mirror match to Oracle, but nice float there. Should get the wall with this combo.
Very nice stuff from Fran. Has the wall, and Elisa, an incredibly strong character. Both characters are, but you know, Elisa among the best movement in the game. Really solid tools. Nice counter hit on the set too, though, for Fuhito.
Interesting combo to say the least there.
Yeah, very interesting. Keeping the pressure though, Fuhito with a good life lead here in this opening round.
I remember I was talking to Spag about Kunimitsu. One thing he says is that 2-2 move she has is just so terrifying to deal with, because she has the strings that follow up after it. She can just do 2-2 herself. You saw that she can do 2-2 into the stance, and you know, it's just such an important tool. But nice block on the down 3 and nice launch punish as well. Should get the wall with this combo.
Able to get the wall standing 3 launch. Goes for a mix up at the wall. Keeping the pressure. That back 2 again. That back 2 with that power crush is crazy, I think. That's a crazy move.
All right, we got mix going. Lows into lows.
Fuhito, get up!
No, but you know what? That was the right thing to do there for Fuhito. Fran wasn't pressuring him to get off the floor. I don't think Alisa has the best tools for that. He was quite happy to sit there and let Fran give himself a bad position, and he did. Fran slid and put his back to the wall for no reason.
And then the kunai just ended it. Great patience there from Fuhito. There's that jab float again. And the chainsaw's going to come out. Yes, they are. Goes mid this time instead of low. Nice down 4 to end it. Alisa cannot block low in that stance. Speaking of lows, here they come. Speaking of lows.
And Fuhito is just getting all kinds of pressure thrown at him right now.
And what does he do right now? He tried to challenge, and that was not the right thing to do. And Fran is finally on the board here.
And those
Down three.
chainsaws so hard to deal with.
Nice. Finally.
Fuhito performing extremely well here. Nice parry. Alright, tried for the hop kick there from the full crouch. Nice punish on the slide. This should carry to wall, you would imagine.
Yeah, not just that, also going to do a lot of damage here. Here's the mix-up at the wall.
Why'd that miss? Nice, 4-4-2 to close it out. So very solid game one there for Fuhito, 3 rounds to 1. Fran looking a little flustered there, didn't really seem to be able to deal with that Kunimitsu pressure. Do you have any idea why that might be?
I think looking at the match from a perspective of from Fuhito, it seems like they were able to just apply as much pressure as possible. And even though Fran was able to get some momentum, when he was pushing him against the wall, there's not much you can really do if what your game plan revolves around is doing that constantly. Because if you're trying to push somebody to make mistakes, trying to get them with those plus frames, I'm not sure when you're in more open space that you're going to be able to capitalize too much on that. And I feel like if Fran is kind of able to take just a little bit more initiative, maybe work around more of those lows, it's going to work out way better for them.
I mean, I think what Fran may have to do here is just go to the Ana. You know, I think that's the pick here. Alisa didn't seem to be working. Fuhito seemed to know exactly what to do. Block the down threes, great punishes on all of them. I feel like it's time to go for the Ana and just start mixing.
Yeah, and of course the Ana, what Fran is so well known for, Frana Williams, you know, the name doesn't come from nowhere. More breaking news.
I don't know, my heart can take this.
Ernie Ball sends Gosane to losers.
Gosane has gone to the losers. I mean, he's not a good player anyway, so that makes sense. But that's Ernie's second upset today, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Oh, you guys called it. Here comes Ana Williams. I was seeing in the chat as well, a lot of players were mentioning that Fran did not play a lot of Season 2 onward. So, it's just obviously maybe unfamiliarity with the matchup.
Yeah, Fran, the last time I really saw Fran partake in a huge way was actually he took he took a trip to Ireland. He visited our own scene. You know, Fergus hosted him. A lot of our own players got to play with him, and he participated in our locals. But after that, you know, Fran kind of went off the radar for a while. Competed briefly in competitions after. Has been kind of quiet. So I was quite surprised to see him pop back up in the ICFC.
I mean, Ana Williams, and I'm going to say this very candidly, has become a more complete character, not in terms of just tool set, but I think also as far as fun factor goes. I feel like she's a lot more fun than she used to be.
Absolutely, and I think, you know, a big thing in saying that Ana has become more complete, Mark, is that Ana has become a much more complete pain in the ass for a lot of players because everyone is terrified whenever Ana crouches. All right, that full crouch mix game so strong. We're seeing Fran not really over-rely on it here, though. Quite happy to use his other tools. All right.
I'm telling you, man, if you see her squat, you're about to get got. Just watch out.
Oh, nice punish, though. And look at how much more comfortable Fran seems to be, hugely controlling the pace of this game now. Fuhito seems to be struggling to find a way in.
I mean, this is exactly what you want to see, you know.
Oh,
great
nice duck.
Fuhito. I mean, Fuhito also being French, I believe he does have the experience against Oracle, so knows the Ana matchup, will know things like that, but, you know, that isn't something that should deter Fran, but doesn't guess right on the back turn throw mix up. Very close to death right now.
Beautiful.
That back two is a pain of a move to deal with. I realize that he minus 14 could have been a bigger punish there, gets the back, but
could have gotten the back turn launch, but interestingly enough, I think that was down forward 2. Didn't seem to work. I wonder why that is.
Down forward 2 doesn't launch crouches.
Ah, okay.
Join
Leo curse.
I love that.
That flip ender is always so sick to see. Nice. Okay, Fran going in now.
Fran looking to tie things up here. Should be able to get it and closes it out.
All right, Fran ties it up 1-1. Very solid stuff there. So the Ana pick definitely worked out. We got more breaking news.
Okay,
Shortly eliminates Fate X Destiny. So Dabby is gone.
That's upsetting. But yeah. Schrodinger, gets redemption after he lost to Ducky there, and Dabby goes home. And Schrodinger showing that he is as a king player, he is still the king of the hill. And can we not forget the King of the Hill series that is supported by Bandai Namco Entertainment Esports over on BNE Esports Twitter. Make sure you follow them for the Tekken announcements, content, and promotions for the other community events. And let's not forget those community events are quite big, because we might be hearing a little bit of news about our new character at the end, but we'll save that for another. I mean, we have Markman right here. We could just ask, but I'm sure he won't tell us.
Do you think he's gonna release the secrets?
No, definitely not. I would fire myself on the spot. Yeah, there's more information obviously happening in the near future. There's a lot of community events, as you mentioned. Lil Majin just announced the registration for his tournament as well. So if you're on the NA side and you're watching and tuning in right now, make sure you guys check out his tournament. That's going to be happening this weekend. So I just hope everyone's looking forward to what the rest of the King of the Hill series has to offer. Kind of as you mentioned, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff. Make sure you guys follow them over on Twitter. There's going to be Astro Gaming Gear giveaways. I don't know if you guys saw that crazy jacket that Astro's doing as well with the Tekken logos on it. I can't wait. Yeah. I can't wait until. So I'm going to try to steal one, of course, but I can't wait until that's available.
Yo, Markman, when are you going to hook me up with those AK sweats?
You want the Armor King pants? You want the King pants?
Absolutely. I want the whole getup.
All right, you have to wear it on stream. You got to wear it on your head.
Oh, I absolutely would.
All right, we'll make it happen.
Here we go. Game 3 between Fran and Fuhito. So back onto the same stage. No major change here.
And this was Fuhito's stage pick as well. So even though Fuhito lost in the Infinite stage, does recognize that, it's still a good pick for him, but he's getting schmicks right now.
Yeah, I think that was the first proper full crouch down forward 2 we've seen from Fran since the Ana came back out. Controlled that second game without much use of the FC mix. Fuhito now rage available though, does have advantage here. Loses it. Didn't take his opportunity.
Doesn't punish it though, but
nice. Clips on the down back 4.
Fran looking super good right now.
Hey, all right. Distance. All right, tries for the teleport 3. Oh, of course, there is a launcher from that string available as well. Full crouch down forward 2, though, from Fran. Wants to get right back into that.
That range is terrifying to deal with.
Yeah, no, it's genuinely so scary. It used to be so much shorter.
Big whiff there, but no punish there from Fran. Peter won't be too upset about that, but...
Oh, nice. 1-4-3-4.
That was beautiful.
Rage available.
Oh, yeah,
nice. Very nice. And Fuhito will secure the round with that, you should imagine. I doubt the scaling's going to hit him that hard. Yeah, of course. So 1 round apiece right now in game 3. This is to advance on in their pools, continue on their winning ways. Fran with a huge up forward 4, though.
That's one way to start a round. For 1-2, nice counter hit confirmed there from Fuhito as well. You see, he waited, but
oh my god, Fran crouched in front of this man while he was crouching, and then did the low anyway.
It caught him in the blender again. Look at that, Fran, 1 round away now from taking the set. I get strong every single time. I don't know if you guys are playing along at home.
I got hit. Nice. Okay, teleport into the low.
Not sending 1-1. That is safe, but the second hit can be parried if you have a punch parry available. And there's that full crouch down 4-2 again.
Now what you got? Oh, the can opener.
Oh, beautiful.
And this is going to be close. What's the mix-up here?
That's the 3.
Ham right now.
Not broken.
What does Fuhito get here? All right, tried for the FC.
Down 4-3.
Distance once again.
Messed up the input.
The low jab to interrupt here.
Both have got rage available. Who's going to be able to make the best use of it?
Oh, nice block, but no
can open up.
Tries to go for the rage drive. Not a good whiff punish. Not going to be able to kill. And there we go into the DP.
No DP. What do you want about? That's 4-4-2.
Yeah, it looks like a DP. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Rolls through, avoids the launcher, and catches the counter hit.
There's a lot of whipping going on right now.
Oh, nice block. And that's the first block we've seen on the full crouch down forward 2. Launch punishes it. Very ready for it.
You love to see it.
Okay,
QCF 2.
Full crouch.
4-3. Do it again.
Mix.
QCF
Caught him on
do
the
it again.
ground. I like it. I like it.
Oh,
That would be
And
it.
Fran
okay.
loses. Fuhito stays alive. And what looked like it was going to be a very clean couple of games for Fran there after game 2 very quickly broke down. We saw a lot of back and forth, and I think both players really started to panic a lot there towards the end. We saw more of what we saw earlier in other games. Fran had the advantage. He had some big whiffs in front of him, and he didn't quite get the punish he needed. You know, went for 1-2 instead of down forward 2. You know, really just dropped the ball at the end, and Fuhito picked it right back up and scored a goal.
Yeah, Fuhito with the clutch at the very end, getting hit by every single version of those lows, then finally blocking that big clutch one, and then also getting the throw at the very end, and kind of exposing the weakness there in the matchup so far.
Yeah, that's one of the most heartbreaking ways to lose a game is just an unbroken throw. And, you know, Fuhito moves on to actually play Ultra Instinct Potato. Yeah, that's who they were fighting to play there, so that's someone who needs the points. Fuhito is someone who nowhere near qualification, can't qualify, is just here to play spoiler. And Ultra Instinct Potato, can he do, are the potatoes about to be spoiled? That's the question here right now.
But of course, you see there, we do have the Astro Bounty board. We have claimed Gerald's bounty, so make sure you're following AstroTR on Twitter to be in for a chance at winning some sweet Astro merch. Giveaways coming soon. Markman's bounty, we only need 2 more wins against a Julia player on stream. And then, of course, we need 8 more Magic 4 combos. I'm amazed. In nearly a full day of Tekken, we've only seen 2 Magic 4 combos on stream. That's crazy.
It's wild. It is wild.
Part of me
Between
feels
2
like
region.
Part of me feels like some of them just haven't been counted, because I feel like we could have missed a bunch of Magic 4s but didn't say anything.
Who knows? But either way, exhibitions between EU players next week. We have Rukang versus Mr. Croft, Pika versus Black Kazama, and Sephiblack versus Kalak. These will all be first to 5s here on Tenno Media's Twitch. In lieu of the regular ICFC events, we will have the exhibitions to break us up, and then the finals will, of course, be happening on the 17th. And Markman told us earlier, we're going to have some interesting stuff for the NA exhibitions. We're going to have a big crew battle.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be Team Rip versus Team Rixta, a 10v10. And we have the first round matchups are going to be playing Waseda style. I mean, it's all the players that you're used to seeing. I mean, we got like Bin Chang, Pit Viper, Avery, Peeling, Dante Suikin, Mystery Player, A and B, which no one knows who they are yet. Fusion Shadow, Glaciating, Cuddlecore, Junya, Aki Major, Joey Fury. It's pretty much everybody that you've been seeing throughout the NA ICFC if you guys have been watching at home. So I hope you guys look forward to that. 20 great players along with their coaches or their leads.
One thing I actually watched the draft, and one thing I love to see is was Rip's refusal to pick Avery. And
oh, you mean both team captains refusal to pick Avery, right?
But Rip would mention him every time. Avery's a good player.
He is a great player. He is definitely a great player.
But we'll just pick someone else. And here we have the Emperor from Sweden going up against DBP from Germany, and this is going to be a doozy of a game.
Absolutely. And of course, the Emperor we saw had some huge performances in the ICFC preseason. Had a win to his name, had a very near win against Eddie, and I think in one of the hypest grand finals of the whole series of events so far. But DBP has been absolutely playing out of his mind as well. Kawis, didn't you say that DBP is one of the people in possible contention for top 8?
No, DBP is literally the last spot that cannot qualify.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
So even if DBP wins, he unfortunately cannot qualify.
So he's playing spoiler. That's it.
This is gatekeeping.
Yeah. I mean, Emperor also can't qualify. These two are they're like, I want to gatekeep. No, I want to gatekeep. So that's all they're kind of doing right now.
I got to ask you. So Harada-san shared some information earlier this year where he was talking about character win percentages online. And he mentioned that Gigas is one of the characters that had the highest win percentage.
Yeah, I did see that, and that's something I've been very curious about. I'd like to see if that figure is still the case.
Maybe, I mean, if we look at ICFC, right, and particularly in the Asia region, Gigas has been doing work over there.
Absolutely, yeah. We had didn't we have a top 3?
Boy.
Yeah. Top 3 with 2 Gigases? Crazy.
Not and then there was Emperor in the preseason, and he's obviously done very well anytime that he's been able to make it very far in the tournament. But I have a feeling that maybe what do you guys think? At least tier list wise, I know there was always a discussion that Gigas was one of the worst characters in the game. Do you think that's still the case?
I don't know. Honestly, I feel like it's much less the case than it was before, and I think results alone speak to that. We've seen people like the Emperor, like, Has Your Metal, so many Gigas players, especially in the ICFC, putting in work, like you said. And it's really showing, what a bit of dedication and some minor buffs can do. Gigas really coming out into his own, and that win percentage in ranked as well. But DBP right now showing the strengths of Bob. We haven't been touching on that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Bob definitely got an upgrade. Both of these characters actually in Season 4 have definitely got sort of an upgrade, not just in terms of, tool set, but also, I guess, being more fun in general.
Yeah, 2 rounds apiece right now, though. Very competitive game 1. Both of these players have been showing a lot of knowledge back and forth.
Right, here we go. This is the big boy combo. Huge damage there. So I said 1+2, went for the belly, but nice low there. Beats the power crash and gets the launcher.
I always love that ender.
4-4-2. Nice block on the low and nice punish. Could have had more damage, but he'll be happy with that.
Oh, the second hit.
Oh, he just floats him out of the rage drive. No roly-polies. None to
there
that.
was a huge cannon shooting out a huge ball at him, and he was not fearing it at all.
More breaking news again. Devilman sends
Tetsu
to losers. But I don't think that's not an upset. That's just very shocking because of how well Tetsu's been playing.
You know why that one's interesting? Tetsu is in 12th place and Devilman is in 13th place.
Oh,
that one is literally just, he needs to step over his body there if he's looking to qualify. More
come on, you're killing me here.
Zaza's
Zaza able to do it. What?
This is insane. This is actually nuts.
Sephiblack has gone to losers. That is someone who...
check this bracket right now.
Wait. So, of the people in the top 8, correct me if I'm wrong, Sephiblack, Doug from Paris, and Black Kazama all are in the losers bracket
all
right now?
losers side, yeah.
Black Kazama.
And there you go. You see our current standings there. Kalak sitting firmly in the top spot. Kwis, of course, sitting here with us, is in second. He is guaranteed top 3 no matter what, and Kalak is guaranteed first. No one, I don't think anyone can actually take that from him. Except from Eddie. I think Eddie, if Eddie wins, I think he does.
Nope. The only way that someone could get could take away Kalak's points if I finished first and also somehow deducted points from Kalak in the process.
So Kalak is confirmed first, which of course does give him the best opportunity going into finals week. He will have the best seating space.
And well, if things, like I said, things stay exactly how they are, he'll be playing 4th place, which is Pika. And they just played today. And Pika won.
So, interesting. That does paint an interesting picture.
So we know which players are in losers bracket now. Are there any players that were on the cusp of qualifying in the top 8 that have a chance, or that might be in winners still?
So Crossfire is currently sitting winning semi-final of his pool. He's at 8th place, so he needs these points.
Oh yeah.
Right now, I'm trying to find where Batty is, because Batty's actually sitting at 9th place right now, and the fact that I can't find him is worrying and means he could be in losers bracket right now. So this is the day for people that really need to show up, and they're not doing it so far, but we'll forget about that for a bit and get into this game. And that annoys me, because yeah, he got the wall splat there, but Bob has a 15 frame launcher now. He could have launched that.
Yeah, it is a high attack, but still, I mean, utility-wise, has so many great uses, not only in combos, but also just as punishes now. And that's something traditionally Bob has never had before. As far as launchers go, he was like, what was he, like, at 20, closer to 20 frames for a launcher?
Yeah, I think his down bet 1+2 is it 17 or 18? I think it's 18 frames.
I think it's about there, yeah.
Which is the launcher he had before, upward 4. But this is the thing, Rukang was like, oh, I really wanted a 15 frame launcher for Bob. It's something he needs. And I haven't seen him use it as a punish once yet. Not once.
And I'd just like to point out, that's something the Emperor is so good at, using that armor to cancel out catch launches on people pressing. That's something we saw him do a lot in the preseason as well, and I think if we can see him keep doing that, it's a really strong option against Bob especially. Can beat the rage drive, can beat a lot of those rolling options, really nullify a lot of Bob's mix in that situation.
Is there a kind of general Is there a kind of general game plan that Gigas has to employ against a character like Bob? Because he does have that incredible range with his punch.
Oh, the throw? There we go.
But he's also Emperor's been trying to really take him out in close range as well.
Nice. I just think Emperor is a madman. He's comfortable at almost any range. I mean, he really plays. Insane. You can tell he's like he's one of those guys that plays on feel and reading his opponent.
Nice. Okay, no adjustment there. Would have needed to sidestep left slightly to get a full combo, but doesn't need it. Takes it. Walks away 2-0. So DBP goes into loser's side now, I believe. Emperor continues on. Whereabouts is he? Yes. So Emperor will advance on and play against Blazing Kick next. Who, if you remember, is the person who put Frizen down into losers.
Wait, we didn't watch that. Well, we weren't told about that.
Weren't we? Well, yeah, there you go. Blazing Kick knocked Frizen into losers, and Emperor is about to play him. But we have the preview here for the paintings from Rukang's father, Marco, guys. I think you can follow Tefino Art on Twitter. This is just a preview. These are unfinished, but there are 3 stages being painted. We see the Vermilion Gates here. And all of these, 1 each, will be going to the winner from each region when we get to the finals in 2 weeks' time. So very, very top-notch stuff. Hand oil painted. We have Infinite Azure 2, and I do believe Mishima Dojo was the final one as well.
Yeah, but brilliant works of art here. I think any Tekken fan would be happy to own this.
Absolutely.
Coming up is Anakin's favorite.
Anakin wanted this one. Anakin was really insistent on trying to see if he could steal this. If he could maybe enter NA and try to place so he could win it.
I mean, it is just it's beautiful and the fact that these aren't finished is the craziest thing. Like, those are only going to get better somehow. So I really hope to look forward for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think one thing to go back to is the discussion around Gigas for a second, though, because people are saying that he's gotten better, and does that mean he moves up the tier list? And I think one thing to always keep in mind is like the people we've seen doing well with Gigas have always been doing well regardless and had good performances. Hazor Metal and Eugene Boy, those have been mainstays over in Asia. Anakin mentions every time he's on screen, that's the guy that beat me at Evo Japan. So, we know that he's been doing work, and then Eugene Boy, needs no introduction at this point. Him and Dotering have been like the 2 main Gigases have been battling for supremacy over in Asia. And over here we have the Emperor, who's been around for so long, picked up Gigas in Tekken 7, doing great work with him. So it's not just like he got buffed, people jumped on the bandwagon. It's the people who have been staying with him are rewarded for their loyalty with a bit more quality of life. And we have DeaDeYe going up against Oracle. And where does DeaDeYe sit on the standings? That's something
hold on, did Professor Kawis leave someone out of his calculations?
I think I missed some of my calculations.
But Oracle, of course, one of those people that was mentioned in possible contention. Nice pickup here from DeaDeYe, though, and something we've been seeing with DeaDeYe is an incredibly aggressive playstyle with Steve, but his execution is absolutely immaculate.
Okay, I missed nothing on my calculations. He's not in contention spot, so he can't qualify. It's not my fault. Okay,
all right, okay, but he is looking to potentially keep some people down, have a good performance here. Oracle off to a rough start. An attempted jump over by DeaDeYe. Interesting.
And this is an interesting match as well, because the winner of this goes on to play Batty.
Ooh, so Batty is in the winner still.
Batty's in winners. Yep, I didn't have his poll up, but Batty's in winners, and Oracle's in 10th spot. Batty is in 9th right now. Both of those two need to have a good performance to make it into the top 8. They're so close. Oh, and you see that there nice. From Oracle. So he was just trying to bait something, going with the full crouch mixes, and then ends up taking it, rolls under the jabs there.
All right. And look, how fast-paced this game has been so far is insane. We're already 2 rounds to 1 right now in favor of Oracle after a very rough start to this game. So very back and forth. Like we said, very aggressive Steve coming out from DeaDeYe. Oracle, of course, a very aggressive game plan with the Ana. Very strong full crouch mix. Likes to kind of catch people off. Playing a lot more defense than you usually see Ana play, and it pays off. Nice punish.
That was such a waifu player punish. Blocking alone, punishing with a low launcher.
You know what? I respect it,
I mean, it's better than he could have.
Oh my god, Masaji.
That's a DeaDeYe special with the raw Masaji right there. But we have to respect, if he blocked in, did a normal punish, a little bit of damage. Blocked in does the waifu player punish, I get a launch. Punish that.
Nice, full crouch down forward 2. He clipped him moving.
And this should be dead with a raise drive. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Goes for the full crouch forward 2. Doesn't do anything complicated. We've seen Oracle likes to do crouch cancel booty, but, knew that he was going to kill with the full crouch. Didn't want to risk dropping the input. Very solid stuff.
Yep, good showing there. And yeah, no surprises, Oracle doing work. I'm a bit surprised DeaDeYe isn't in contention to qualify. We've seen him almost every week. Has a solid performance, made a few top 8s. I thought he would have been further up, to be honest. But no, he's here to play spoiler. And if he does win this and then beat Batty, he's just knocked 9 and 10 into losers bracket. So, that'd be big. But Oracle's looking like, that's not what he wants to happen. He wants to keep winning. Oracle is someone who is in form right now. Performed very, very well in these ICFCs the past few weeks. Came close to winning one against, it was Batty, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, so we could potentially have a grand finals run back and win a semi-final of a pool, and they're both sitting at 9th and 10th place. I mean, these two are destined. They're just locked,
Now, Kobe, what? Oh no, no! The Ruby song is already playing in my head. But what have you been told about cursing potential results, Kobe? All right,
yeah, talk to me about this curse.
I have a really potent commentator's curse. It's really bad.
Absolutely
potent.
Yeah. When we say potent, Spag has to control this man and keep him in check. He has to stop him from talking.
If Spag isn't here, I just say things and then bad things happen.
Oh no!
But so
do
far,
it.
I haven't done anything.
Do it. Make it happen.
And do it now.
I think in last week I had a really bad one, which was the one more hit. That was a really bad one. It was Doug versus Oracle.
I saw those clips.
Yeah.
I saw those clips.
Yeah, that was a really bad one.
Audio quality of Astro headsets, Kobe, the official mix amp and headset of the ICFC. Go pick one.
I like that. All right.
Standing 4.
So one thing about that low, there's 2 lows there. That QCF2 there, that move is actually minus Steve. Even Steve can block and launch that low there. But if you look at Anna's full crouch down 4-2, that is also minus Steve. Steve can block and launch it there, but DeaDeYe didn't go for the launch there. So there's just a few things those two need to shore up there if they want to get more damage and make sure they're capitalizing on these opportunities.
Oh, very nice.
Big launcher, hop punch.
The Masaji drop.
Yeah,
slightly off axis.
Down 1 though, DeaDeYe has a huge lead right now, but Anna's such a volatile character, she can bring this back in one launch. Not that though, not that launch. Do another one, then then it will happen. No? Okay.
Yeah.
Do a full crouch back. That'll work. Oh, great duck. Not gonna be able to get anything potent off of that though.
Doesn't finish it.
Oracle is a big fan of the Forgotten Realm pick, and we always kind of bring it up. Anna, a character that people often forget when the Forgotten Realm discussion comes up, right? Whenever people think of it, you think of King, you think Armor King, Marduk. Everyone always looks at the grapplers. Anna is terrifying on this stage. And Oracle really does a great job of showing just why. Can turn a lot of really shallow launches into floor breaks and then gets extended combos off of them. A lot of her Oki situations can spike. So, Anna, a very potent character in that regard.
And the only time we don't see Oracle go for Forgotten Realm pick is when he goes against a character that also is going to Forgotten Realm. I think that's the Infinite stage, but Steve gets a few things on Forgotten Realm. It's not like he has nothing, but I feel like it helps Anna more. And one thing I've noticed is both of you two have said potent since I've said it. Is this my fault? Have I put a potent curse on the commentary now?
I just like the word potent. Nice. It's a nice word.
Look at me expanding vocabularies.
Expanding. Excuse me. I didn't realize I was being taught. Professor Kawis moving from maths into English.
Well, I just learned I'm older than you today, so learn from the elders. I'm all that.
Yeah, you're older than me by a month, all right? Don't bring an age into this.
I'm older than you. It's on or DeaDeYe right now to take away the flaws as fast as possible, but he's not going to get the chance right now because we opened up
and we saw a Magic 4 combo.
There we go, yeah, one of them on the board.
Hey.
There we go. This is going to be pretty deadly for DeaDeYe.
Full crown.
Oh my, steps the rocket punch. You don't see that very often. Oh! Gonna break the floor for this. Yep, 2 floors gone first round. And this does so much damage and it's such a bad Oki situation. Nice!
Nice.
Use of the weave, but... Okay.
DeaDeYe's not out of it yet.
Very stressed, Ben.
Oh,
he was
really
just
Look at
sitting
how
there,
far he called that.
literally sitting there waiting for it.
Yeah.
Like, it hit once in the last...
Underside action.
Peppering with the lows now. Has a life lead. Oracle just has to be a bit more safe now. Doesn't want to take a huge risk.
Great
yeah,
whiff punish.
punish.
That was a great backstep by Oracle. Just spacing perfectly to make sure anything that DeaDeYe was about to do, just give him a quick boom, boom. 1-2. Easy clap.
Absolutely. Very nice stuff there from Oracle. Closes it out 2-1. A lot of back and forth there. A lot of back and forth, and I think we really saw both players show like how much they tried to adapt to each other. Once we had the floors out of the way, that didn't become a factor anymore. But very solid stuff from Oracle. Moving on, and I think DeaDeYe is now locked into losers.
Yeah.
Let me check out the bracket real quick. Where's DeaDeYe?
I think that was just a bit of squeaky bum time there. I think that was just, you know, both of them getting in each other's head. You know, DeaDeYe looked like he was primed and ready to win that one, but you know, Oracle had other ideas, and Oracle does move on to play Batty in the winners semi-final of the pool, and that's an all-out brawl. That's a run back from a grand finals a few weeks ago, one of our most electric grand finals, you know, which Batty was in the driver's seat until he wasn't, but then he was again.
Then he was again, yeah.
And
Handed it right back.
We've ended at a spot where they're both 9th and 10th right now, so they both need these points.
And just a quick thing as well from Pool 3, keeping track of the Emperor. He did beat Blazing Kick 2-0, so he is now in winners finals against Eddie. So Emperor or Eddie are coming out of that pool on winners side. Eddie, of course, I believe right behind you, Kwis. He's in 3rd place, so this is very important for him. If he gets knocked into losers and potentially looks at being eliminated, that could mean he'd get knocked quite far down in the top 8 compared to where he's sitting right now. I don't think he can't get knocked out of it. But if you go from 3rd to a potential 5th or 7th, that's not great.
Just, I don't see how likely that is considering the amount of people below him that are in losers. You know, Black Kazama's in losers, Sephiblack's in losers, Doug from Paris is in losers. I don't know where Crossfire is right now. Oracle and Batty have to play each other. You know, the brackets have kind of really worked in a way to kind of just keep the status quo. Because
that's going to be fun. So, Batty and Oracle, who we just saw. So Anna and the King, right?
Yeah,
that should be fun.
I don't know if we're going to get that much on stream though, unfortunately.
I think.
But that is 9th and 10th place. They're going to be going up against each other. And what's interesting is Mr. Croft beat Zaza. So, you know, Zaza, the one who put Sephi and loses, Mr. Croft said, thank you for that one, for taking care of Sephiblack for me. Now, I'm going to go ahead to winners final because Mr. Croft needs those points because he is sitting at 14th place right now. A top 4 performance could put him in that final top 8, provided Crossfire and a few others don't do as well. So, you know, he'll be thanking his lucky stars that Zaza took out Sephiblack for him.
Honestly,
he goes on to play the winner of Kirakira and Crossfire. And Crossfire, the one sitting at 8th place, that could potentially be his gatekeeper. The narrative. You just can't make this stuff up, kids.
Oh my god. The amount of upsets we've seen so far has been kind of surprising as well. I think, you know, we get them most weeks. You know, there's a lot of potential for upsets in the EU, especially because we always talk about it being such a competitive scene, such a big scene in terms of how many countries we actually have involved. But really, the amount of upset wins and surprise losers bracket knockdowns we've seen today has been off the charts. And I think you're really seeing that last push from a lot of people trying to get those last minute points, especially your people who are in possible contention for getting into that top 8 on the lower end. So it's all to play for. I'm really liking seeing the hunger for people. Kirakira versus Crossfire is a very interesting one, though, like you mentioned. Who do you think has that?
That's interesting because I think that's going to be a huge clash of styles. And I think it's important for Kirakira because Kira can qualify, but he's in kind of the Rukang position where he has to win to qualify. But he also sits in a position where if Crossfire gets points, he may not qualify. So, you know, he could be doing himself a huge favor right now by winning this. And it is the game we're getting here. Crossfire going for the Elisa pick. One of his true mains, I believe. I believe his two mains, if you had to say, were Alisa and Bob. You know, he also has the Marduk, the Lars, the Armor King, you know, a bunch of characters you could go to here right now. But we're going Kirakira versus Alisa, Eliza versus Alisa, Kirakira versus Crossfire. I'm stepping over all of my words. Someone be quiet for a bit.
That's all good, but we've seen Kirakira put in that work and show why he is one of the best Eliza players around. And of course, Eliza, we always bring it up, a couple of interesting notes about her that give her some very strong options is the fact that she has unnerfed meter gain. She never lost that meter gain from season 1. She has the ability to jump back and then move back in with the dive kick. So a lot of very interesting tools available only to her, but Alisa as well, incredibly strong character, really strong movement, incredible up close tools in the chainsaws and the power crush. Kirakira on the life lead right now though.
Yeah, and that was a great start there for Kirakira. And earlier, so you know, block the down 3, get a nice launch punch on it. And I think this final round here will be important because this stage is unique in that it's a walled stage that then goes to an infinite stage on the last one. And Kira likes to pick infinite stages because he can jump back with the lights and make things whiff. But Alyssa's a character traditionally does quite well on infinite stages. So depending how the final game goes, could show us what Kirakira may do once it comes to the stage pick, if he does get a stage pick. A nice downfall do there from Crossfire. Should take this round if he gets the wall. No, doesn't need it.
Oh, nice. Didn't need it at all. And look at that, tied up on rounds here.
And yeah, that is an interesting point you mentioned, Kwis. I think using a stage like this as sort of a barometer for where your opponent feels comfortable is something that could be underappreciated as a mentality thing, right? People need to be keeping notes on stuff like that, so it'll be interesting to take note of what happens game 2, regardless of who wins.
Yeah, I mean, Sephiblack, when he had his first to 7 with the Emperor in the second online challenge, he was struggling on the infinite stage and the walled stages. And nice use of the unblockable there from Kira to take this round. So he picked this stage and he just decided whatever happens on this stage will let me know, is the infinite stage going to work better or is the walls going to work better? And from there he was able to pick stages. So it's just a very good testing stage. An underappreciated strategy, but nice punish there.
Yeah, the down one into the DP, very solid punish. Oh my god, DP is out the ass. My man is playing like Punko right now.
Oh, nice step there from Kira, but didn't interrupt there, so had to block that last hit. Here we go. What's the follow-up here? Goes unblockable again. Nice step there from Crossfire. He was so ready for that, and he takes the round.
All right, 2 rounds apiece. Final round in game 1 here, and this is very important for momentum right now. Kirakira and Crossfire both want this win. Very, very important game in the later part of their pool.
See, one thing Crossfire is doing that you don't want to be doing as Eliza, after that DP, you don't want a tech pro because it puts you right in position for another one. And now he's learned to stay down, but he's not really reaping the rewards from it. Kirakira looking very good right now. Final round. No, not in the back.
All right, chainsaws are out. Goes for the HDP. This will be the punish.
And I think the assumption there was that Crossfire was going to keep pressing his advantage, but he stopped, maybe expecting something like that from Kirakira, and he catches that hop kick and closes it out. Game 1 goes to Crossfire. So, you know, with that in mind, hold on, I'll cut myself off.
Sync has eliminated Fran from the tournament 2-1. Sync the future.
The future. Both Kwis and retired Chicken Maru have said that they believe Sync is the future of EU Tekken. And, you know, maybe he's showing that here today. Fran, of course, you know, had a very close game earlier. Didn't manage to pick it up in the end, but very big win there for Sync. Fran, a very well-known name, like you said, currently playing in the EU, living in the EU right now, but is from South Korea originally, very strong player. But going back to our current game in hand, Kwis, you were talking about what information we got from the mix of stage options there. What do you think Kirakira wants now, seeing what happened in the end, in the infinite there? Do we want walls? Do we want the infinite?
If I'm Kira, there's still too much to choose from because the end of that game there was lost by his own design. That EXDP was completely unnecessary, and it put him in the kill situation for that second hop kick to end it. You can understand the thought process. Alyssa's chainsaws are annoying. They're deadly. They're hard to deal with. So much pressure. And it was very unlike Crossfire to just hold back there. By all metric, it was a good decision because Crossfire is known for pressing his advantage, especially in those situations. But you know, if hindsight was 2020, he shouldn't have done it. And yeah, if I'm Kira though, the world stages works. He won more on the world stages than he won on the Infinite. You know, best way to put it. More breaking news. Mr. Avocado has eliminated Sephiblack. Mr. Avocado, someone who we still don't know their identity. we believed it was Chicken Maru, but Chicken Maru has also entered today, and I don't think he can play on 2 systems at the same time. So yeah, that's a huge upset. And Sephiblack at the mercy of the bracket right now.
And this Mr. Avocado, we genuinely don't know who it is. And at this point, I'm somewhat concerned because when unnamed killers appear, it gets very, very scary for everyone else.
Wait, was that a Miguel mirror match as well?
Round 1.
Yeah. It would have been, going by our previous knowledge.
That's insane. But we have to forget about that for a second. We will come back to it. Kirakira has chosen the arena stage.
Oh, hold on. We actually got an update. It was Fang versus
Fang.
Either way, like you said,
Kimaru also plays Fang. I'm so confused.
It's a burner, bro. Sidestep gets the full conversion on the wall. Very nice awareness by Kirakira. Doesn't get the kill. Sidewall. Oh, okay. Went for dick jab into dive kick. Very nice little frame trap situation there. And that's, again, one of those interesting tools that Eliza has available to her. You know, very specific ways to deal with it. And Crossfire might not have that knowledge. We saw him get clipped by the DP Oki setup a few times earlier until he learned. So Kirakira might be aware of that. Tried for jump back dive kick to get a counter hit there, but Crossfire had entered the armored portion of that charge, clipped him out of the air.
Big opportunity here. Has a side wall stun here. Looking to close things out. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's it.
Crossfire got robbed by tracking. He auto-corrected to the other side because Kira's leg had passed under him and messed up his hurt buff.
3D fighting games, everybody.
3D fighting games.
So Kaywas was talking about, walls versus infinite stages, and how it's a tactical decision to go for a walled and then possibly an infinite stage to make sure you get full advantage from each stage. But right now, being on a fully walled stage, Kaywas, is this in Kira's favor?
I mean, we've seen here that Kira's just done a lot better with the walls in play, and this is going to be a lot of damage as well. 2 bars meter to work with. He could use them and end this round. This is going to be big.
Off of that knockdown, he could have just super.
Oh, but
flex
instead.
Oh my gosh, that was sick.
The EX dive kick to end it as well. Very good showing there from Kira. And yeah, I think the verdict is the walls worked out for Kirakira here. And the thing is, Crossfire is someone who doesn't like to pick infinite stages. He would like to go for a Mishima Dojo. And you have to think now, if he keeps them play, the walls are working for Kira way more than they're working for Crossfire. He won on the infinite stage. Is he going to be stubborn and keep to his Mishima Dojo? That's my stage. I like to pick it. Or is he going to be like, you know what, the infinite worked, I'm going to go to it. It's all up. I'm sorry, my mind is still lost because who is Mr. Avocado? Who is
we need to know.
This selection of characters, the only person I know that plays this selection of characters from the UK is Chicken Maru. He has a Miguel, he has a Fahkumram, he has a Feng. Who from the UK plays at this? I don't.
If you had to put money on it, if you had to bet all your channel points in on the Tenno Media channel right now, who would you put them on?
It would be if Chicken Maru wasn't in the bracket, it would be him. But he is. And I've asked him multiple times. He denies it. He vehemently denies it. But
have they played? Have they played?
They went.
Have you seen Mr. Avocado and Chicken Maru in the same room?
They were in the same pool last week. I don't think they played, but they were in the same. I think that was a trick from the TOs to try and get them to play. But they were in the same pool last week. So I don't know. This selection of characters, the only person I know that plays them from the UK is Chicken Maru. And on the level to beat Sephiblack. Whatever. Anyway, final game. And it looks like Crossfire has chosen the stubborn option. And that is the Mishima Dojo. He hasn't gone for the infinite stage, and that could be his downfall.
Round 1.
Anyways, we're here in the dojo. The final match between these two, Kirakira winning that last set 3 rounds straight, or the last game 3 rounds straight.
Yeah, and of course